broadcast here, y'all. How are we all doing? I hope that you are all well and having an absolutely blessed night. God bless you all. God is love, and y'all are loved by God. How we doing? How we doing? Let's go, y'all. Super excited about this. This is the finals for Flat Out Racing North America, y'all. We are here at Laguna Seca to decide who is going to be top dog of the Pro Am division. Will it be Pro Am Division 1 or Pro Am Division 2? We don't know. We don't know. Just have to wait, kick back, and watch the show, y'all. Going to have us some fantastic racing going on tonight. Yo, Mr. Paul Twig coming in with the like on the stream. I appreciate you, my guy. We got Paymay coming in hot saying, let's go. Fire, fire, fire. All right, all right. We got some people's pumped up tonight. This is going to be some absolutely epic racing. Once again, it is the finals to determine who will be the top dogs for the Pro Am division here at Flat Out Racing North America, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex's Racing, y'all. All of your very fine graphics that you see here are done by Mr. High Priest. So welcome, welcome, welcome on in to another No Lander Gaming live broadcast, y'all. We're just chilling and chilling and chilling and hanging out and waiting for a racing lobby to be open. Yes, sir, Paymay, that is correct. This will be the top three from each division, three from Division 1 Pro-Am and three from Division 2 Pro-Am. This, I'm telling you what, guys, this is going to be some flat out flying along racing right here. This ought to be one heck of a good show. Just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. Let us be seeing. We are doing a co-broadcast, co-streamed, co-coms live event with Mr. GT45 Gaming, y'all. That's right, that's right. Our other fantastic commentator for Flat Out Racing North America. Again, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex's Racing Team. And let me tell you what, that Apex's Racing Team has some fast fellers up in there, and we will be seeing some of them boys on track tonight. We are just waiting around, waiting around. We're going to get us a lobby set up. Not entirely sure who's doing that lobby setup yet, but it's not there yet. So let us get to switching y'all to a different, little bit different of a scene here. Well, I can go ahead and give you guys a little bit of information on the Pro Am 1 division lobby. Now, this was as of, I do believe, round 9. Going into round 10, we had Apex's Larry Birch coming in with 193 points. THG's Sticky Bandit coming in with 185. We got OBR Raylander coming in with 133. We got D. Walters coming in with 125. Egon with 98. Renegades with 97, Haley with 92, EOR Racing, that's Elbows Out Racing, for y'all who don't know, with 77 points. We got Mr. Marin here coming in with 70, Apex's Superman with 61, Tom the Tech with 59, Smoke'em Holt with 59, Stacking Yak with 43, and Salas with 33. We got Indio with 28 and Clyde Bigsby with 22. Now, we're just giving you a little something to look at because those standings are all mixed up, turn around, upside down. They're probably actually really close to what they were there, but that was your standings after round 9. We had one more race after that, which was round 10 of finals for each of their divisions. Now, as I've said, we will have the Pro-Am 1 and Pro-Am 2 top 3 drivers from each division in the Pro-Am. And we will put 3 on 3 and find out who the top dogs will be for the Pro-Am division here at Flat Out Racing. Again, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex's Racing. And of course, all of your very fine graphics you see here done by Mr. High Pre. Apologies. Time for a drink. So y'all just keeping an eye on the lobbies here to see when we have one set up for y'all. And we do not yet, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll be getting there soon. But this is going to be completely and totally
awesome.
The crowd said. All right. Let's go.
All right, what is up, my guy? How we doing?
Hey, all right, there we go. We got Mr. GT45 Gaming in the house, y'all. Let's go.
All right, my man. So, lots to talk about here tonight. Welcome, BFAM community. How we all doing tonight? Welcome, Flat Out Racing North America community. I hope we're all doing well tonight. And welcome, Winner Circle. Love to see you. I hope everybody is really ready to kick one off here tonight. You guys are lighting it up, by the way. We'll get all the shout-outs here in a little bit. We have a lot to talk about. It was a crazy season, wasn't it, Nolander?
Oh, man, absolutely. Definitely a crazy season. Let's see here. We got Paul coming in saying the intro music was intensely awesome. Nice. Paymace, let's see. Says we have an echo on Tim's end. So hold on. Let me see if that's actually on my end, guys. Generally, something like that is. Tim, speak it for me, my friend.
All right, how's it going, everybody? Just keep us updated on that. You just shut one of the sources off, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yep, there we go. I got you.
Fantastic. All right, just keep us updated, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get this fine-tuned before race time. Now, let's give everybody a little bit of updates that are watching on both sides here. We have 1 hour and 21 minutes remaining till qualifying. So we got lots to talk about in a short amount of time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. We had 30 drivers qualify for our Pro-Am divisions this season. It ended up being 2 divisions because these drivers were so close in qualifying that there's just no way to split these guys up into a different division. So 30 drivers started out here at Flat Out Racing North America to start our Pro-Am 1 and Pro-Am 2 lobbies. And boy, oh boy, did these guys put on an incredible show in these BRZs all season long. So let's go talk to the lobby that Nolander knows a little bit more about here as he was broadcasting our Pro-Am 1 division, guys. He came in midway through the season to take over that division, and what a division that turned out to be. Talk about your boys. Let's set it up here. We have OBR's Raylander, we have Apex Racing's Larry Birch, and we have THG Sticky Bandit coming from our Pro-Am 1 lobby. Those are our 3 drivers that are going to be competing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Nolander, take it away. Talk to us about that Pro-Am 1 lobby.
Oh, boy, man. Boy, howdy, you ain't a kidding. GT45, they just absolutely put on a show week in, week out. Sticky Bandit, Raylander, And our other returning guy here, Larry Birch, this guy, all these guys are absolutely flying lately. I'm telling you what, they definitely put on one heck of a show throughout each week. Back and forth wins between Larry Birch and Sticky Bandit. Both those guys really coming in hot. And as of round 9, OBR Raylander just behind these guys with 133 points as of round 9 in the overall standing. So, really anybody's race here. All three of these guys are fast. And then, of course, you definitely can't overlook anybody from Division 2 because, as GT45 Gaming said, those guys also are incredibly fast. The split times between these guys are just like splitting frogs' hairs.
Absolutely, and great call out. And we're going to talk about this Pro-Am 2 division. Our 3 drivers representing Pro-Am 2 side, ladies and gentlemen, are Sweaty Palms from Flying Fox Racing, THG's Trone Kobe, and OBR's Phoenix. Now, let's talk about Pro-Am 2 lobby. Much of the same thing. Those top 3 drivers, not separated by a lot when it comes down to point standings. Really, especially coming to the end of the season. And let's talk about the point standings. Let's just release these final standings for you guys. So officially, after 10 rounds of racing in the Pro-Am 2 side of things, ladies and gentlemen, it was Flying Fox Racing Sweaty Palms with 133 points. Finishing in second was THG's Trone Kobe with 144 points. And just finishing ahead was OBR Phoenix with 145 points. So first and second place literally only separated by 1 point to find and secure their spots for this final overall championship showdown here tonight. You want to talk about tight racing? Pro-Am 2 definitely provided tight racing all season long.
Indeed, much the same with Division 1. Now, I'm not getting any, I don't have any of the current standings, guys, but I can tell it's definitely much the same through Pro 1. Like I said earlier, Apex is Larry Birch and THG Sticky Bandit going back and forth, trading positions on the podium. I believe they each had the same number of podium finishes, and I still don't know, haven't heard, haven't done much digging though on who actually was the winner of that season. Perhaps Mr. GT45 can enlighten us.
Absolutely. I've got the information here sitting in front of me. The official Pro-Am 1 lobby standings are as follows for our top 3, ladies and gentlemen. And as we said, OBR Raylander finishing third overall officially with 129 points. So 2 of the OBR drivers will be in this final showdown for that Pro-Am overall champion. That's some pretty good odds there for OBR. That's a 33% chance one of those drivers becomes a champion tonight. Second place driver was Apex Racing's Larry Birch, like Nolander was just touching on, and him and THG Sticky Bandit all season long just fought for the top of this division. And he comes in with 183 points. THG Sticky Bandit, the overall Pro-Am 1 division winner, is just slotting ahead of Larry Birch by 1 point again with 184 points, ladies and gentlemen. So both of our Pro-Am lobbies, top 2 drivers literally only separated by 1 point throughout the whole season. That's what we're setting up to watch here tonight between these 6 drivers. If we put this into perspective, top 6 is THG Sticky Bandit, Apex Racing's Larry Birch, OBR's Phoenix, THG's Trone Kobe, Sweaty Palms, and OBR Raylander. And that would be the overall point standings for those top 6 drivers, if that's a little bit of perspective for everybody here tonight. So, lots to talk about. That's just our Pro-Am lobby. Now, all season long, we had five action-packed field divisions, ladies and gentlemen. And within those 5 divisions was a ton of sim racing teams involved in this community. This was a combination of teams coming in and sending drivers in to compete. And this was also a combination of independent drivers coming in to compete. And some of those independent drivers, being very fortunate enough to be invited to teams, are now a part of some of these teams that have started at Flat Out Racing North America. So we have some stuff made up for us here. We have a little team graphic provided to us by our Flat Out Racing social media guru, Yoni, here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring that up on the screen for you here. And now we don't have every team displayed on the graphic. I do apologize for that, but we do want to say thank you to our teams. And so big thank you to Flying Fox Racing. Obviously, Flying Fox Racing, a big part of Flat Out Racing North America. They're a large part of the behind the scenes staff here. And this is kind of their baby. We have a huge thank you, of course, to Apex Racing Team, not only title sponsor, but they also had 8 or 9 of their drivers competing in this series as well. Rockefeller Racing starting out the series with 5 drivers as well. Thank you to Rockefeller Racing. Team Hypre coming in mid-season, slamming in a driver in every division, and boy, did they show up. Big thank you to BFR, ICE Esports Organization, coming all the way from Australia, ladies and gentlemen. They came in midway through the season with a big bang in those Pro-Am and amateur divisions here at the end of the season. They definitely made an impact in the standings in that run towards round 10. RWB Racing, VPR Racing as well. THG, the Humble Guys. We have 2 of those drivers, of course, in the showdown here tonight. We have Stealth Racing and coming in late to the season as well. If we've missed anybody, I do really honestly apologize. There was a lot of teams involved here. We had SV Racing as well in here. I believe we had a Prima driver as well with Quartz. We had several teams involved. So much love and thank you, of course, to all the teams. And Nolan, or anybody you can think of that I'm missing there?
No, my guy, I think you covered it really well, but definitely also we'd like to say a big shout out and thank you to all the guys behind the scenes who put in such incredible work for the season to make Flat Out Racing what it is. So thank you to you, gentlemen and ladies.
Absolutely. And what are we looking at for time here? We got plenty of time. We still got 70. No, sorry. Is that right? 60, 75? Yeah, 75, 73 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 73 minutes remaining until qualifying time here. I hope everybody's getting excited because there's a lot to talk about here. Now, we are going to try and talk to some of our champions from our other divisions. How you doing, John? We got Tro and Kobe saying, now I hear me. I have my mic shut off. My bad, guys. Paul coming in saying, Flat Out Racing Hands. Let's Go says Pigums. We just want to give a couple shout outs here real quick before I forget. Who do we got here? Man, there's a few. I got to catch up. We have Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up. We have LJ coming in with that like and the share. Stefan coming in with that like. PD coming in with that like and that share. John Grayson coming in with that like as well. Much love and welcome in over on the YouTube channels, everybody as well. Questions from the viewers too. I think this is a good time for us to really sit back and talk to the viewers and answer some of the questions from the viewers. What do you think, Nolander?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's all about the viewers. We got Stefan coming in and PD Snow coming in with the likes and the shares as well. Thank you kindly, gentlemen. And we would definitely love to hear from y'all. If y'all have any questions for us or for these gentlemen racers who we have the ability to talk to now would be the time to throw those out.
Absolutely. Very well said there, Nolander. I mean, what else can we say? I'm going to bring up the champions list and we're going to make these announcements. I'm sure everybody's really been grinding at the bit to find out who the official champions are. And I do absolutely 100%, as well as Nolander, have those results. And I'm going to bring them up on screen for you. You ready to do the same, Nolander? Bedtime for the little one. I'll try to make it in for an interview. Sounds good. We appreciate you, Mark.
Good stuff. I am just looking, my guy, to see if I have those. I don't know that I do have them, buddy.
Go check the Discord. I sent them to you.
Okay. Copy that. We're on it. You go ahead and take right off and
all right.
Catch up.
We have LJ coming in with a question. He goes, what was your favorite race to commentate this season? Ooh, LJ,
that's a loaded question,
a tough question, my friend. Nolander, you want to try this one first?
Well, geez, man, that's definitely a loaded question. That's a hot one. That last race was definitely, oh my goodness, the battling between Sticky and Larry Birch, just absolutely incredible. I'd have to say further on into the season, the racing just got hotter and hotter and tighter and tighter. So I'd say the later races for myself, but all of them, man, they were all great races, like battles all the way from the front of the pack to the back of the pack. And that's just in every division too, guys. That's not just Pro-Am 1 division, Pro-Am 2 division. That's throughout all the divisions here at Flat Out Racing. Some absolutely outstanding phenomenal racing going on by these gentlemen racers.
Absolutely. We got Mark coming in on the Facebook saying the Fuji Elite race was pretty wild. I do agree with you, my guy, but now that I've had a little time to reflect on it, I really do think that the best race of the season for me to commentate was that round 10. That finale for the amateur division was absolute fire. Those guys, we got to give huge credit to that amateur division, right, Nolander? I mean, those guys, they had a tough job. They had to fire up the week series every week. It was up to them to get the vibe going and set the precedence for the rest of the divisions throughout the weekend. And man, did they deliver. Round 10, memorable race. I will definitely not forget that race for a very, very long time. The battling throughout that whole division was absolutely intense. They came out to literally put on a show for the viewers, and boy, did they do exactly that. So I think if I had to give my honest opinion, it's definitely round 10 for that amateur division. Wow, what a race that really was.
Man, you ain't a kidding. These AM guys came in, and I think you said it last week, my guy. If we'd have never told y'all that you was watching the AM division, you'd have thought you were watching the Elite division. And that's no joke. They all put on a very clean race, really, really fast. Like, the pace is not far off from the Elite division at all. There's just so many of these racers. They had to go in some division.
Absolutely. We have a question coming in on the Flat Out YouTube from Dane Beriske? Ooh, that's a tough last name. What's your favorite livery from all the teams, he asks. Nolander, you want to kick that off?
Ooh, I gotta say, I absolutely love all of the Apex Racing liveries. Now, they all pretty much are identical with just some colors switched up here and there from time to time, but definitely love the Apex Racing Team liveries. And I got to say, ICER Renegade, he put on some really nice liveries too, put out some. And I will add the Flying Fox Racing liveries were really good as well.
It's funny you bring up Flying Fox Racing because no offense to my absolutely beautiful team, Rockefeller Racing, that Pink Panther Jaguar was one beautiful car. But I really did enjoy those Flying Fox Racing liveries this season. I definitely got to give my favorite liveries to Flying Fox Racing this season. They were really sharp looking. They were incredible. They were a lot of fun to watch zip around the track. A lot of those drivers changing them up, giving us some different color schemes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching them Flying Fox Racing guys paint those cars this season. So I think I got to go with the Flying Fox Racing group here this season for favorite liveries for sure.
All good liveries for sure. Each week, and we had a couple of guys doing different liveries each week too. But they really put in some time. And I wish I could remember who those guys were, but I do remember seeing some of the guys with a different livery each week. So congrats to them, and well done on the hard work on that.
Question coming in from Facebook here as well from LJ again. Who do you think is the most improved this season? Ooh, there's a question. Wow. Your 85 drivers started this season. We lost some. We gained some new drivers. Wow. What a question that is. You want to take a swing at that one? Oof, chat's coming in hot tonight, let me tell you.
Man, I'll tell you. I'd have to say that
Oh, we
again
got the
is
same question on
definitely a
YouTube as well, so we got a couple of viewers
Oh,
interested in
nice,
that
nice.
question, actually. All
Um,
right.
to be honest, I only got to see, maybe a handful or so, but I do have to say, I think Apex's Superman really, really came in hot and strong towards the end of the season there. Um, I don't. I think I'm gonna have to go with Superman on that.
That's a good show. Of course, I do know Apex Racing Superman on a personal level through my own community as well, and I know his racing history and his push and his drive and his learning curve and his process. And I think I have a different driver in mind for sure for my answer here tonight, but I definitely don't want to take away from Apex Racing Superman. He is definitely on that short list for me as well. He did have a very good season, but the one thing I noticed the most about Apex Racing Superman and is the confidence level when you talk to him during practice, when you're on track with them and you're just in a chat hanging out with the man and we're talking about the next race coming up and what we're going to do about strategy and where our times are at and all these things. The confidence coming from Apex Superman really did kind of that's what really where I feel he's improved the most, and that confidence is showing on the racetrack for him this season. Doing a very great job, I believe, coming out with a top 10 finish here on the season for him as well. And I know that that he's happy with this season. He will tell you himself if anybody asks. So I think that's a good shout, Nolander. But definitely not. I mean, I've had the privilege to watch this right from day one, right through to today here as we lead up to this final race tonight. I'm gonna have to go into the amateur division here. There is some very close names on my short list. We have Apex Racing Superman. I want to say Apex Racing's Payme as well. In that elite division, he really came out and showed up this season. I mean, we already knew he was a quick driver, but watching him improve all season and close in on those World Tour caliber drivers, every race he was a little bit closer, and he was a little bit closer, and he was a little bit closer to those guys. So I mean, he is right there too in that conversation, I think. But my driver is Mr. Smurf from VPR Racing in the amateur division, and the reason why I say that is I have been very honored with this community to be able to be on track with several of these drivers, have personal conversations with several of these drivers, help some of these drivers, and give pointers to some of these drivers. And there was a Interlagos race. We were setting up for it, and he was struggling, and he reached out, and I jumped on track, and I jumped in behind him, and I said, "You just race, and I'm not going to try and pass you. I'm not going to hit you. I am literally going to park it on your bumper, and I'm just going to continue to force you to try and find time on the racetrack." And we did that for a whole practice stint. And he did so incredible. By the end, I actually tried to make a move on him and pass him, and I actually could not get around him. So that is a pro-tier driver in behind an amateur driver. And then from that point, it seemed like that was his confidence breaker. That was what he needed to break through that wall. And he put on an incredible season in that amateur division, finding himself finishing right on the top three of that podium as well this season. So, a huge shout out to Mr. Smurf from VPR Racing. I think he's the most improved driver this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, good call, man. Good call. He was cruising too. And as far as what you had to say about Payme, you're right. We all knew that Payme was really quick, but coming in and pulling out the P3 as far as the division standings goes in the elites, with these guys who run with the very biggest dogs of them all. Yeah, incredible stuff. Payme he's very incredibly fast guy for sure. But definitely a big shout out to all the drivers. We have seen, that's a really tough call from the audience. We have seen so much improvement from so many of the drivers coming in and just getting faster and faster. And like you said, the confidence levels growing, and it really showing on the track. And that's one of the most fantastic things about getting to see these guys coming in racing and calling these comms for these different teams as a whole and as individual racers. It's just incredible to watch the growth.
I couldn't agree more. Very well said. I mean, every driver came in here with a purpose this season, obviously, and that's to try and win a championship. But, even as the season progressed and some of these drivers realized that championship may be out of reach, we didn't just see them give up. We seen them continue to put the time in. We seen them continue to work hard. And we continued to see them come out week in and week out, no matter what the result was, and just continue to push. So I don't think that there's any driver in any situation that may have happened this season that can't honestly say there is a positive to be taken out of season 2 here from Flat Out Racing North America. I know myself, I was competing in the pro division this season. I think I overqualified personally. End of the season, I was running with these guys. I was there in the pack. I had potential to be battling for positions if I kept my race consistent and clean. So, I even though it doesn't seem like it right now, the salts are in the wound. You maybe didn't get that best result as the drivers, the racers out there watching. Look at the things that you did take out of it. I started the season being a lap down at the end of every race to in our finale, finishing up in the top 6-5 drivers and putting pressure on the guy in head, reeling that guy up in head of me that is faster than me. So to me, that information, that track experience, that time, and those bonds you build with your competitors and your fellow racers is worth more to me than any championship that I could ever win. So it's a win-win situation, I think, here this season of Flat Out Racing North America for many, if not all the drivers.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, my guy. It's just incredible. Um, like I said, and like you said, just watching the growth, individually, team wise, throughout all the different divisions, man, you don't get much better. And I'll tell you, the racing at Flat Out Racing North America is top notch, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute great battles throughout the entire season, throughout every division.
Yeah, Axel Fuentes coming in saying mine was. I learned a lot. He was in one of our Pro-Am divisions, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. Dane Barskey again coming in saying, what car would you love to see in Season 3? Nolander, what car would you love to see in Season 3? We don't know what our cars are yet for Season 3, ladies and gentlemen, and maybe Mr. Morin will shed a little bit of light on that here tonight for everybody. But in the meantime, it really is just a lot of speculation from the community on what Season 3 does have to expect.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a huge fan of the Porsche, and so that being said, I would absolutely love to see some Porsche action going on.
Ooh, that's a good call. That's a good call. I think a spicy MR challenge for season 3. I mean, all those MR cars in their own rights have their own challenges to drive them. I think a spicy MR series next season would really spice things up. But what we do know, ladies and gentlemen, if those of you that were paying attention throughout last weekend's broadcast, Mr. Mark Morin was in here dropping hints what to expect for season 3 throughout every single broadcast that me and Nolander provided through Flat Out Racing. And the one thing we can tell you is it will be 5 GT3 and 5 GT4 races next season. That much we can tell you for sure. That much we do know. So we're just doing something here real quick on my end, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not getting any audio from my stream, so I'm just sorting that out right now, which is good to know before the big race starts here. Obviously, in 58 minutes, chat. We're within an hour of the absolute intense Pro-Am action here in this showdown. I hope everybody is ready. I know I am. We got Jonathan coming in with that like as well. All right, let's see if everything's working neat and tidy now. It is. All right, so do you have that champions list, my friend?
I do, yes, sir, I do. I do have it up.
All right, let's bring that champions list up and let's talk about our champions. We had 5 divisions this season, ladies and gentlemen. 2 divisions were one division, essentially. That's what they're racing for, and that's why we're here this evening. Let's talk about our champions. All right, we're going to start right in that amateur division. You know, we've been talking a lot about our amateur drivers, and we're going to run down our top 3 for you here. Starting in 3rd place was who I think is our most improved driver this season, Mr. Smurf from VPR Racing. He had an incredible final half of the season to make his way up there fighting for that championship. Hats off to Mr. Smurf from VPR Racing. We have, at the time, Mr. RWB Petey when he joined as well for Team RWB coming in and very close second. If he didn't miss a couple of races here this season and you're running near the end, he may be sitting in that top spot instead of Apex Racing's Heathen. And while we talk about that, it is Apex Racing's Heathen, our amateur champion. And if he is watching and listening and wants to jump into the interview channel in the Flat Out Discord, we'd love to have a little chat with our amateur division champion here today before we go ahead and take off with that Pro-Am race. Continue on that list. Do you want to take over with those pros, Mr. Nolander?
Yeah. Let me move some stuff here. I'm just sorting through some other stuff. We did have Sir Churro coming in to take the 3rd spot for the Pro-Am division. Absolutely epic racing from him all season long. And Mr. Jay Stewart and KCR Nieder coming down to the wire. I mean, tight racing from these guys. Jay Stewart did manage to pull off the P2 in that, and KCR Nieder coming in hot gets that top spot for the pro division. And I'll tell you, there was some excellent racing going on in that division as well. I did get the privilege of watching several of those races, and it's just as hot as every other division in the league. Absolutely outstanding racing from beginning to end of the season. Incredible.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I mean, obviously being in that division, I got to experience it firsthand. And let me tell you, half that field is easily easily elite caliber drivers. That is how fast these drivers in Flat Out Racing North America are this season. It is just incredible at the competitiveness throughout all the fields. And I mean, our premier series, this season, these elite guys, not to take anything away from these elite guys, they put on show after show after show. We've seen drag races to the finish line, literally thousands of a second splitting positions for podiums. We've seen battles, we've seen spins, we've seen heartbreaks throughout that elite division all season long. And at the end of the day, it was a battle. But it is Apex Racing's Paymay coming out officially in third place in the elite division. We talked a little bit about him and how his progression came this season. Of course, we have Sam Cardinal coming in second place, ladies and gentlemen, and that was a heck of a run for him as well. But our overall elite division champion officially, and we did say that after the elite race on Sunday as well, is, of course, Calvin Roach, ladies and gentlemen. And he had a phenomenal season. He was cool. He was definitely calm and collected all season long. And he just did what he needed to do to secure a championship, and he's going to be our elite division champion for season 2. So congratulations, not only to our champions and our podium finishers, but also every single driver that came out week in and week out and put in that time and put on that show. We loved it. We appreciate you. Congratulations to every driver this season. And you can see the Pro-Am says to be determined, and that's because in approximately 44 minutes time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be bringing that live right in your living rooms for you. We will be crowning another champion and our final champion right here live tonight. So I hope everybody's getting ready. Get that popcorn prepped, get those beverages ready, tuck those kids in, give them a kiss goodnight and say, I love you, because the action is going to be absolutely hot on Laguna Seca tonight. Let me tell you. Woo! Let's get it. Sweaty for the den. The Ola Ghost, how you doing, Egon? One and F-150 versus 10 go-karts. Let's go. Stefan, come on. What else we got here? We got, please bring this to Europe. I want to compete with my team. It's Morin, and because you spelled my name wrong, it's going anywhere. Oh, the chats are just absolutely having a good time here. We love that. We got Egon and Mark and Paul Blomstrom coming in with those hearts on the stream as well. And, I mean, it's going to be a crazy, crazy season 3, I think, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the buzz, the hype, the conversation around the community, even after the season's wrapped up, and we've been all hush till this big day comes. There's still lots of good vibe, and there's definitely a lot of drivers already talking about season 3, trying to get those hints, trying to, get any advantage they can to get ready for the next qualifying run. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a long season, but boy, has it been a great season. I mean, not one of these divisions just let anybody down. Every single week they came out, they produced, they put on some incredible racing. Definitely some rivalries have been built up in this series, and definitely some friendships as well. I mean, what else can we say? What are you looking for the most for season 3? I mean, what are you looking forward to the most, Nolander?
I'm looking to see all these guys that are itching to come in here and knock off our top dogs with some different teams perhaps coming in and giving these boys a challenge. And boy, let me tell you what, they are going to have their hands full, because we got, from Flying Fox to Apex's Racing, Rockefeller Racing, Hypre, RWB, let's see, what was that, International Esports Racing Team. And, we got Icer, I'm sure, coming back, or Ice, rather. And I'm telling you what, man, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. They're shaking it up. They're shaking it up for season 3. All I can tell you guys is definitely don't go nowhere. You're not going to want to miss season 3. If you like season 2, season 3 is going to be a banger.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We have our amateur champion here with us right now in the booth with us. So we're going to go ahead and talk to amateur champion Apex Racing's Heathen. So long, tough, arduous, hard-fought season. Congratulations on a championship. Tell us about it. How you feeling? How's it feel to finally be able to let it all out and make it all official?
Dude, it's been a week. Was still kind of questionable about it after the race. Wasn't for sure what the drop rounds were going to be, so I was still holding my breath. But I'm stoked on it, man. Feels good. First championship, first
Absolutely.
season with FOR, racing in FOR. It's been a blast. As you guys saw every Saturday night, these guys absolutely brought it every single weekend, and there was no letting up. You had to be on top of your game no matter what, even if it had even being the AM division. They kept it coming, kept the pressure on, and all those guys, to me, they're amateur in name only because all those guys showed class all season. As you said in a couple of the streams, they were fair. I don't remember more than maybe one or two incidents, and it was a blast.
Absolutely. So let's talk about next season now. I mean, obviously, probably returning for season 3. Are we correct on that assessment?
As of right now, yes. Kind of in the middle of moving. Kind of gonna have to see how that plays out. Might start the season a little bit late, but yeah, the goal right now is to be back in for season 3.
Now, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, for Apex Racing's Heathen, he doesn't have a chance to repeat that amateur division title.
Nope.
With that, of course, with that championship win this season, that automatically guarantees you no less than a Pro-Am division spot next season. So, do you think that is where you belong, or do you think maybe you got a little more in you and you're going to try and get up and a little bit higher up in these splits next season?
Now I'm definitely gonna try and get higher in the splits. A big portion of it. I mean, as you guys saw, I had my races where I made my mistakes and had to work back through. But all in all, I believe I can run in Pro-Am. I kind of think if the qualifying track last season wasn't Tokyo, I might have been in the bottom half of Pro-Am as it was. But I'm not good with those Tokyo tracks. I still don't know how I pulled off a third in that finale. I'm no good at those tracks for some reason. But that's the goal, is to get better at all of them. And
well, absolutely.
do it
I mean,
right.
it was a well fought season for you this season. It definitely didn't come without its hardships and its adversity, but adversity does tend to make you stronger in the long run, and you face that adversity, and you had a really great season. And I know the boys back at the clubhouse are absolutely proud of you. So, hopefully a repeat championship next season, but in a higher division from Apex season. What else was I going to say? I can't remember, but I'm going to let Nolander take over here, and of course, let Nolander pick your brain a little bit here as well. So take it away, Mr. Nolander.
Well, I can tell you this. You showed up each week and fought hard, and that got you where you're at. Congratulations on your top finish there, top of the podiums for the championship, and coming away with that championship. And ladies and gentlemen, you want to win championships? Show up to every race. It'll help you a lot.
Yep, that's ultimately what it came down to. My championship race was with Petey, and he missed Watkins Glen. He started after Watkins Glen. If he'd started at Watkins Glen, he may have got me. But he came in the second race and started, and he missed one or two, I think. But that's ultimately what it came down to, was my few 7th, 8th place runs were enough to surpass the sorry, I'm playing Call of Duty at the same time. But it was enough to surpass him overall, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah, indeed. So, question for you: any particular cars or car you're looking forward to potentially having in season 3?
I haven't made a choice on car yet, and to be completely honest with you, I've not completely gone over the lineup. I know it's Group 3 and Group 4, which I like how it's going to be a switch up. So I'm kind of stoked about that, regardless of what car I end up taking, or how what car we end up being assigned.
Right, and I agree. I am rather looking forward to the switching it up a little bit from the GR3s to the GR4s. Going to make for some very interesting racing as they you don't get quite the downforce in the GR4s. And the speed is a little bit less, but for some of these guys, perhaps a little bit more controllable than the GR3s. Some of them a little bit more familiar with the GR4. So I think it's really going to spice things up here for season 3 of Flat Out Racing.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's all good. No, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more, Nolan. It was more of a statement than a question. Anyway, I couldn't agree more, and Nolander for sure, 100%. Just one more thing. I mean, obviously, besides taking away a brand new sim rig and a championship, and being able to say you're a champion now, what other positives have you taken away from the season this season?
Persevere, man. Push through. Get it done. Like Nolander said, you can't win if you don't put the work in and show up. That's if you're not failing, you're not learning. So when I did make mistakes, I went back, I watched them, I learned from them. I tried not to repeat them, but that wasn't always the case. But stay positive. Don't get down on yourself about it, because there were a couple races where I was kind of busting my butt and not happy with myself over the results. But in the end, it all worked out. I showed up, I put the work in, persevered through, and got it done.
Absolutely, and I mean, huge congratulations. There's not much more to say. You boys started off the league every weekend with a bang, and you ended the season with a bang and a championship. So I mean, congratulations, and any final thank yous and shout outs before we go ahead and talk with our league organizer here.
Gotta thank the team, Apex Sim Racing. Thank Mark and FOR for having me. And GTR Simulators for sponsoring it. And of course, my fiance and her daughter Elena, Rachel and Elena. Love you guys.
Awesome. We appreciate you. Well, thanks for coming in, having a little chat with us here. And 6 drivers. We've got Apex Racing's Larry Birch. We've got THG Sticky Bandit and Trone Colby. We've got Flying Fox Racing Sweaty Palms. And we've got OBR's Phoenix and Raylander. Who do you got for the win tonight? Probably a silly question, but who do you got for the win here tonight?
Get her done, Larry. Let's go, bub.
Teammate saying, let's get her done. So, can we see 2 Apex Racing champions this season, ladies and gentlemen? It is a possibility. Appreciate you, my guy. Congratulations. I know personally from myself and my community, I'm proud of you too. I think you've had a fantastic season, and it was a well-fought championship and well-earned. So, thanks for your time. We really do appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the race.
Oh, you too. I'm sure we will hear the box. The box might fall over tonight, Chad. I don't know if Laguna Seca is ready for these commentators tonight.
Definitely by far and away one of my favorite tracks. Ought to be some super exciting racing, even though there's only going to be 6 racers on track. Don't let that dissuade you guys. It's going to be fantastic.
No, I couldn't agree more. This is 6 guys who only have one goal in mind, and that is to win. That is it. There's nothing else here tonight but a win takes it all. So, it's all on the line here tonight. These guys aren't going to hold back. No question of a doubt. 20 laps makes it easy for strategy for these drivers. It is just going to be a shootout here tonight, and that's all there is to it. So we do have the man with the dream, Mr. Mark Morin, ladies and gentlemen. He is the league official here at Flat Out Racing North America. He's the man behind everything that started, and here we are today at the end of the season. Welcome in, and how are you doing, my friend?
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Outstanding. I'm doing well. The boys just went down, so get a little time for myself before me and the missus settle down for the evening. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're just getting excited here. I mean, the countdown's ticking. We're 40 minutes away from qualifying for this Pro-Am showdown. When you started Flat Out Racing North America, you had a couple of divisions for season 1. You had a couple month break, and then you fire up season 2. Is this? Did you ever imagine that this would happen?
No, not at all. Like, I just started sim racing last December, not last December, but the December 2021. And we had 2 full grids, and that was it. Pro and amateur, and it went well. GTR Simulators is awesome. They came and they said, "Yeah, sure, we got you. We'll hook the winners up," and they continued on with this season. And by the way, I just want to pause and say congratulations to Heathen and Neater and of course Callan for all the so far champions that we have so far in season 2. It's really good to see you guys progress, and Callan was freaking animal all season anyway, so Neater was a guy that I just happened to see at the top of the leaderboards on a weekend daily, and just invited him in, and he came in, so I'm just glad to see all those guys doing well. But anyways, and then we had a break on season 1 to season 2, and we should have taken a little bit longer break just because, like, we rushed into things. The qualification wasn't as good as what it could have been, and that was my fault. So I apologize to everybody here for that. But no, like the end of season 1, we had literally 30 people in the Discord. That was it. Some of the drivers up and left, and they had other things they had planned, and I appreciate them for helping me get season 1 off. But then season 2 started, and here comes GT45 Gaming with his awesome voice and bringing in Nolander shortly afterwards. And you guys really took off too, man. And we wouldn't be nearly where we're at today without you guys. So first and foremost, thank you guys as well. But now we're 180 plus in the Discord, and yeah, no, I a lot of sleepless nights because of this.
Absolutely, and I mean, nothing comes for free in life. I mean, if you want to succeed, if you want something to happen, you have to work hard at it. And I mean, the team, it had its ups, it had its downs all season, like every season for any league. You go through your ups and your downs, your positives, your negatives, and at the end of the season, everybody's here is still waiting for this Pro-Am showdown to go down. They are patiently waiting right now in the chat, and boy, oh boy, it is hype sauce tonight. So, we appreciate the kind words, and we really, really do. But I know for myself, and I mean, I can't speak for Nolander. He'll chime in on this in a second. But for me, the drivers really do set the vibe in the booth for the commentator. And Nolander said it earlier in the broadcast tonight. From the top of our elite division right down to the bottom of that amateur division, who can you really call an elite driver and an amateur driver besides the fact that they can get around the racetrack a little bit quicker than the next guy? Every one of these drivers came onto that track with a purpose, and that was to win and put on a show, and they did it clean, respectfully. And when we're privileged enough to be able to watch that kind of racing week in and week out, round after round after round, it's enjoyable. It's fun. It makes everything worthwhile for us as broadcasters. And I mean, I really do think that this season is really going to go down in the history books for my page and my community, just because of how great the vibes were and the action was on the racetrack. So, I mean, thank you to you and your staff and your team and to every single driver that was here, whether it was for one race or the whole season. We can't do it without everybody involved. So we do appreciate that. But, season 2 is over. We're about to crown our final champion here today. What kind of information do you want to release to the viewers about season 3?
As you would take it, it's going to get a little bit spicy in season 3. But I think I'm going to release one last little tidbit, because if the viewers have been watching, they've been seeing me poke in every now and again and shoot out a little tidbit here and there. But this is going to elaborate a little bit more. Next season is going to be quite different. I mean, of course, people know that there's Group 3 and Group 4 now, just to get the GT4 kind of kicked in the butt, And so first 5 races is going to be your Group 3s. Your next 5 races is going to be your Group 4s. So those who are not as strong in Group 3s, they can come in the following rest of the season and kick butt in their Group 4, and vice versa. But also, it's no longer going to be a one-make series anymore. I know people have been speculating. There will be different manufacturers that they can select from. And there's going to be also something that people are going to love and people are going to like, because we are not including any of the overpowered cars at all. So those are going to be taken out of the system. So there's going to be a significant amount to choose from, but if they're known and tagged as an OP car in online racing, they're not going to be able to select it. So I could probably elaborate a little bit more, but we'll see it by the end of the interview how good I feel. I'm feeling pretty pumped for this race. Of course, one of my Flying Foxes is representing the whole squad, and we're super proud of him. Sweaty palms, He's a AM world champion from last season, and we all got his back. So as much as I love everybody else, man, I gotta put what little money I have down on my boy. So
yeah, I mean, of course, we wouldn't expect anything less. So, Nolander, of course, you want to elaborate and grill the boss. I mean, this is your chance.
Yeah, man. I'd just like to say, Mr. Moran, it's been an absolute pleasure for myself and an absolute blessing to be able to call comms for these guys. And I think that, our AM division winner, Apex's Heathen, really hit it on the head when he said, just you have your bad races and you get out there and you keep pushing. And that's the thing about racing. If you're not right on the edge, you're not going fast enough. If you're not wrecking, you're not learning. So sometimes these things do happen, but I'll tell you what, all the boys here for Flat Out Racing North America has just come in really strong, and they only got stronger throughout the season, progression of the season. And so a big thank you to you and your team behind the scenes that has put in all the work, the unknowns, we'll call them, that have really just week in and week out put out the effort to really make Flat Out Racing North America what it is. And so you want to elaborate a little bit further? Or are we going to have some Porsches in season 3?
Oh, you're getting all the ins and outs of my brain right now. So first, before I give another tidbit, I will say that I did not thank a lot of the most important people in the league this season. My admin, as you said, the people behind the scenes helping me out, all my admin, all the stewards, all my upper admin. It's been really helping out, because, I've been going through some times, especially this year with my son being born and, having his medical problems and having to go to the doctor all the time and me getting ready to go back to the active duty Army. So I've been trying to get my house and stuff ready to sell and just those little things here and there. And so Progenitor has been really, really big on helping out with some of the big decisions when I'm not available to. And also our numbers guy, Sooner, has been killing it. Everybody's been bugging him like crazy to get those final numbers out. But I tell you, if it was easy, he would have it done the same day. So everybody here has been working their tail off and trying to make this as good as possible. I mean, like I said, 9 months ago, this was a thought. And now we're almost at 200 people on the Discord and racers. It's going to be insane. But now that said, yes, there will be a selection of Porsches next season.
Woohoo!
There will be a selection of Ferraris. There will be a selection of Lamborghinis. Let's see. Chip Reese's Alfa Romeo. He's probably listening, going crazy. But again, the OP car is not available. It has to be the 4C. So, sorry, the 155's got to go. And yeah, there's a few more really good ones like the McLaren and a few other really, really good cars that I think will. There's only a handful that is not going to be available, but most of the Group 3, Group 4, as long as they have a correlation, like, you know, the Corvette C7, Group 3 and Group 4, Dodge Viper Group 3, Group 4, you know, those kind of things, those are going to be allowed. So it's going to be very close and very fast and very interesting racing in Season 3. I promise you guys that.
Absolutely. Well, we're definitely all looking forward to it. I mean, I just, like I said earlier, you know, if people enjoyed Season 2, watch out, boy howdy, because Season 3 is going to be absolutely just wreck it.
Sounds like
Yeah.
MR Fest, says PD Snow. I love it. MRs. Oh, that is a challenge, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. A little bit of a sneak peek of looking into Season 3. Now, with that many drivers potentially available to register for Season 3, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, not every single driver that's in the Discord will be able to race necessarily at the time or the day that the races are available. So a large portion, however, of that driver pool will most likely register at the beginning of Season 3. So what that's going to do is I think that's really going to make the splits really competitive. And I think that is really going to force every single driver to kind of bring out their A game in qualifying, because if they don't, they might not make a split. So, you know, every driver is definitely going to be coming in with one intention and one intention only, and that is to put in a absolute blazing fast laps down in qualifying. However, qualifying will be done next season, and that we'll have to wait for the season announcement to find out, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I just want to say congratulations. I really do think that the season was an overall success, and I really just can't wait to see what you and your team provide us for Season 3. And, I mean, anything you want to add to that today?
No, man, just appreciate everybody involved, all the drivers, you know, it's, you know, we wouldn't be flat out North America without the drivers. So we wouldn't be flat out racing without you guys as announcers. We wouldn't be flat out racing with all the stewards and officials, especially big shout out to Luke and Jake for, you know, kicking their tail for looking at hours of films every single day. I mean, a lot of us, you know, we had our bickers back and forth, but I mean, when you spend more time sometimes than you do with your own family on Discord, then you're going to be, you know, headbutting and elbowing and everything else. But at the end of the day, we're here for all the drivers to make sure everybody's doing the right thing and making sure everything's set up right. And I think it was a success. There was some ups and some downs, and you know, we went through it and we got through it. And Season 3 qualifier is going to ensure everybody is properly placed this time, and also for GTR simulators coming back for Season 3. That's amazing, but there is going to be a catch. Not everybody will be able to get a rig this time. They're not going to give out 10, 12 rigs. So it's going to have to be broken up between different groups. Like they're going to have, we're still kind of working on that right now to see what we're going to do, but it's going to be elite, pro-am, and then amateur, and then they're going to have the brand new rookie academy that is going to be racing in a completely different setup. They're not going to be able to win rigs, unfortunately, but only the top from each one are going to be able to race for rigs. So if you want to qualify high, you got to qualify high. Otherwise, you're going to be just racing to try to get up there. So that's one of the catch 23s. You know, it stinks we can't give out 12 rigs, but I don't think that'll happen. I mean, I can ask for it, but they're already blessing us with the gifts for what we have now. So
absolutely, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's about progression. It's about teaching. It's about learning, right? So having a rookie or an academy series to give these guys the opportunity to still race the season, perform in the cars, perform on the tracks, and race on a form of setting base that's a little bit easier for them to be comfortable with, to gain that confidence. All that does is just prepare them to be ready and properly prepared to compete in the next following season. So I think what you have planned and set up there actually sounds really great, because I think that gives an opportunity for especially newer drivers to build and develop those skills needed to come into a pressure-filled situation. So it's actually great news to hear, and I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. We want everybody to be in Flat Out Racing North America, man. It's not for the fastest of the fast, and it's not for anybody who can just log in whenever they want and put down the top speed. And it's for everybody. If you just turned on Gran Turismo for the first time, I mean, we got you, man. We'll find a place for you. And also, they're going to be in a really easy car to drive too, because just dropping today, the Rookie Academy car is going to be the Red Bull Junior cars.
Oh, that is juicy. Those are fun cars. That is going to be a great series for those guys. Absolutely.
Indeed.
All right. Well, unless you have anything else you want to add here this evening, my man, thank you for coming and giving us a little bit of your free time. I know you're a busy guy, obviously, with Flat Out Racing and real life going on, so we really do appreciate your time tonight, and I hope you enjoy the race if you don't have anything further to add.
No, just thanks for having me, and thanks for doing what you guys do. And I got to do one last for the den for Sweaty Palms, man. We got to get that den out there. My Flying Fox boys. Let's go.
There we go. There's fans from all teams in the house here tonight for sure. This is going to be a poppin' race without a question of a doubt. Again, thank you very much, and appreciate you having us here in the booth this season, and we're definitely looking forward to a season 3.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Take care, buddy. Take care, man. Well done on the season.
Well, Mr. Nolander, I'm looking at the timer. 22 minutes to qualify. How you feeling over there? You getting antsy? I'm telling you, my chair.
I'm itching.
I think my chair is about to find its way down those ladder steps of the commentator's booth, because I don't think we're going to need them here tonight.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm itching. I'm itching for sure. It's going to be some awesome racing, man.
All right, let's catch up on some shout-outs here real quick, so Nolander can get a little bit of grub in the belly there. I could tell. Feed yourself, my man. We have Nolander coming in with the like, Joe Mercier, Millertown Gaming coming with that like. We have Ray Larkins coming with that like and that share. Chad Young and Brandon Walrath coming in with the likes as well over on the Facebook page. Thank you everybody who's reacted over on the YouTube channel at GT45 Gaming, and of course Flat Out Racing North America. Let's catch up on a few things here. Morin, come on, blah blah blah. Haha, I could beat Sticky Bandit, says Dane. Let's go, says Just Gaming. Oh, I hope everybody's doing really well tonight. I hope you're all getting ready. Hope you're all getting those snacks, because it's about to get spicy here at Laguna Seca. Let's talk about Laguna Seca a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see on the screen in front of you, it's been rotating in front of you for quite some time here now tonight as we've been talking and just breaking down the season and kind of giving you guys a little sneak peek at season 3, I suppose. So we've heard it from the boss man himself. We have a pretty good idea what to expect next season, and boy, it is going to be fun. So my plan next season as a broadcaster is to step off the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, and step into the booth and try to bring all these races to everybody live throughout the weekend so we don't miss any of the action. And more coming from the socials, so stay tuned to the socials here at Nolander Gaming, GT45 Gaming, and of course Flat Out Racing North America. In about 3-4 weeks time is when we're going to start thinking about firing up a new season potentially. That's when the work's going to start really getting put into place, and we'll make those announcements. So if you guys definitely want to make sure if you're not tuned into that Flat Out Racing North America Instagram, you get over there and check that out and become a follower over there. They'll keep you updated, and we'll do the best we can, of course, through our socials and our Discord server here as well at GT45 Gaming and Nolander Gaming, to keep everybody updated when the new season is coming, and of course when registration opens. So anybody who wants to come in and try their luck at a championship can come in and have some fun. And Mr. Nolander, I mean, what are you looking forward to the most here? I mean, we're 20 minutes away. Boy, oh boy, what do you think we can expect here? Let's talk about WeatherTech Laguna Seca. Pretty infamous racetrack, especially back in its day throughout the 90s and the 80s. We've seen some Formula One, IndyCar racing. We've seen all kinds of cars racing that track on a huge scale. It's used a little less now in that sense due to just other racetracks coming out, having better flows. The racing directors or the racing groups, whichever it may be, Formula One, IndyCar, NASCAR, all these groups, IMSA, FIA, GT World, all the racing groups all throughout the world, the Miata series, it goes on and on and on. This is a bit of staple. This has been a track throughout a lot of seasons, and I mean, WeatherTech Laguna Seca is still very, very deeply involved with IMSA racing here in North America. So I think that this really was a great selection for our finale here tonight. What do you think about that, Nolander?
I couldn't agree more with the selection of Laguna Seca. It's quite a famous track in California, and I think it's absolutely perfect for this setting. I think that there's definitely a lot of corners that can really catch a driver out. As far as side-by-side racing goes, it's going to have to be super tight that you can't lose it. You can't get sideways. The track is pretty tight. It's starting to come down the downhill into that really quick left-right chicane, and then continuing on down the hill to your double left, and then your final right-hand corner just before the final very tight left-hand corner. If they try to go in side by side into that left-hand corner, somebody's probably going to get pushed off either into the wall or into the dirt. I'm looking forward to some really super fast, very elbows out racing, but also at the same time, I know these guys. They're very professional racers throughout each one of the divisions, and I can tell you this is going to be some outstanding racing here at Laguna Seca tonight. It's going to be incredible, y'all.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And talking about Laguna Seca, it is a very personal favorite track of mine. Not only in sim racing, but also in real life. I absolutely love watching racing on this racetrack. I have since for as long as I can remember. I'm getting a little bit old, chap, but don't tell anybody. So the corkscrew is always the draw at Laguna Seca. We talk about the chicane. There's corkscrews on screen in front of you right now here on my page, actually. In real life, when you talk to the drivers, that corkscrew from top to bottom, once you get around the chicane and you start heading into that left-hand sweeping corner at the end of the chicane exit, you have dropped 10 stories. So in about a half a second, you drop 10 stories in these race cars, ladies and gentlemen. So that is why the corkscrew is such an infamous corner, and very hard for a lot of drivers to navigate properly. It's a very hard reverse undulating chicane on a very huge downhill slope. So a little bit of real life information, and that comes directly from some of the real life racers from within the community as well. So just a little bit of interesting tidbit about Laguna Seca for everybody.
Yeah, like you said, coming down that hill, man, you're dropping some stories really fast, and if you're going in just a pinch too hot into that corkscrew, boy, it'll catch you out every time. And coming out of it too, if you're too hard on the gas, it'll send you sideways. You're gonna lose a position at the least, if not run off wide and onto the grass, and hopefully not catch any damage clipping that wall there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very difficult racetrack. I mean, it's surrounded by dirt. I mean, we're in the middle of the California desert here, Laguna Seca. I mean, there is not much really to stop these cars if you make a mistake. Now, passing is it's definitely doable on Laguna Seca. I mean, one of the best passing spots here on the track is obviously at the end of that start-finish line straight coming into turns 1 and 2 there. It's a great passing opportunity there, especially if a driver goes a little bit wide and leaves that inside part of the turn open. You can really just put that car in there and get a pretty easy position there. And I mean, throughout the rest of the middle part of the racetrack, minus that high-speed kink leading into, of course, the famous corkscrew there, you can run side-by-side through here, but it is a risk versus reward kind of situation. If you decide to put that side-by-side, it's a 50-50, a little bit of a tire rub, and one's going off potentially too. So it takes a while for your car to slow down in this very fine sand here at Laguna Seca, and you come out with dirty tires. I mean, it is just time loss. And the one thing that these drivers can't do tonight is have these mistakes here at Laguna Seca. So I expect that we're going to see a lot of nose-to-tail racing around this racetrack, and these drivers really making smart, calculated passing decisions. And I think a lot of that we're going to see coming into turns 1 and 2 here today. It's 20 laps. It's going to be a one-stop strategy here with this BRZ. Tires are definitely going to be a factor. This is a tire eater, this racetrack, just due to the track surface and the undulating, sweeping corners, basically nonstop around this racetrack. So it's going to be interesting to see how our 6 drivers navigate this. And I can tell you, they have been on track testing vigorously all week long. It is going to be all or nothing from every one of these drivers here tonight. I mean, as a broadcaster, we're unbiased, so we're not going to make that call on who we think is going to win tonight. But we're definitely going to say one thing: we're all in for a treat here tonight for this one final showdown to crown our final champion here at Flat Out Racing North America.
Absolutely. I'm rooting for each and every one of them to have a good, clean, fast, hard race and provide us all with the great entertainment that they've been providing us with all season long here for season 2 of Flat Out Racing North America. Incredible drivers across the board. Just, it's going to be, amazing stuff tonight. I could pretty much guarantee you we will see some door rubbing, but we will see some clean racing as well.
Oh, without a question of a doubt. I mean, we don't like to say it because at the end of the day, everybody who puts the time in on the racetrack and finishes where they finish is still a legend in their own right. But tonight is a little bit of a different story. If you're not first, you're not last. And we know that quote comes from a famous movie with Fast and the Furious, but it's true. Everything is on the line tonight. There's only one champion crown. There's only one simulation rig available for these drivers here tonight. They've raced a hard, very rigorous 10-week season to get their spots, and now it's all or nothing. So you have to win here tonight, and it is just the only thing on the minds of these drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it's all on the line, man. Championship will be decided right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it's really going to be quite the show. Absolutely looking forward to it myself. Sitting here just itching.
Yeah, I mean, the lobby is open right now, so I'm actually going to go and fire myself up in there and go take a look at what we got happening here. I'm just going to clear my cache first so we don't we make sure that the guys have the best lobby they can possibly have here this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, everybody in the community, please, if you do see this lobby up, please do not join into the lobby. I know you may just want to come get that first-hand look. Please do not. We do not want to have any lag spiking. We do not want anything like that to happen here tonight. If you see Nolander Gaming or GT45 Gaming or that official FOR lobby in the title, please do not join here this evening. Let's give these 6 guys 100% fair shot at this one and only 20 lapper for the championship. We really would appreciate that. I know you guys don't do it on purpose, but let's be extra considerate and respectful here and careful tonight joining these lobbies if you're out there racing, and make sure that we give these 6 competitors the absolute 100% best lobby they can have here this evening. And we do have a lobby up, absolutely. So
boy, howdy, I'll tell you what, it's getting close, guys. It is getting close. This is going to be totally
awesome.
And we're absolutely
there we go. Nolander said it right there. Absolutely. Awesome. I don't even think is the word for it, ladies and gentlemen. It comes down to THG, 2 drivers, Apex Racing, 1 driver, OBR, the Overtake Boys Racing, 2 drivers, and Sweaty Palms from Flying Fox Racing. 4 teams, 6 drivers, and 1 championship. So these guys are out on track. They're doing their final testing. They're doing their final tuning right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not quite going to show you just yet on my side of things, but it's looking good. It's definitely looking good. So 10 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, from our official qualifying here at Flat Out Racing North America, our Pro-Am showdown tonight. And oh boy, it is going to be spicy. And we're going to leave the PSN IDs up here for everybody tonight. We know who these drivers are. We don't need to see those nicknames. This is about these drivers here tonight. It's all about this showdown. And we will have a top 3 interview here at the end of the race tonight for our top 3 finishers here tonight. But of course, our winner here tonight will get that extra spotlight at the end of the night here. And we'll have an extra little bit of a conversation and congratulations for our winner here this evening. So, oh boy, hope everybody's ready. We are getting close. It is T-minus 10 minutes to race time, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody has enjoyed the broadcast so far. If you haven't liked and shared the stream out on any of the pages you're viewing from here tonight and you want to do so, that'd be fantastic. It's like 2 free things that you can do to help everybody grow, whether it be Nolander, GT45, or Flat Out Racing here this evening. And tell your friends, get them in here because we're about to see the race of 2023 right here live in your living room. Hope you're ready.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, man, I can't think of really a better car for these guys to be running than the Subaru BRZ around here. Should absolutely just flat out be flying around this track. Really good setup car for the track here at Laguna Seca tonight. It's going to be some incredible racing.
Oh, I definitely do not disagree with you on that one. And we don't have any game sound again here. We're having some issues here, chat. Let's sort that one more time. It is just being
streamer
fussy
stuff,
today.
y'all. Streamer stuff.
Yeah, there we go. So there we go. Now you guys can hear the sound of these guys testing in the background. I am vicious, I know, chat. I am so sorry, but I am going to tease you all the way through here. So enjoy the sights and sounds of the boys practicing on track here. I am going to tell you I'm watching Sticky Bandit right now. I'm not going to tell you what we're seeing for times. I'm not telling you how close these guys' times are. But what I am seeing is a little bit of lag right there. So hopefully that sorts itself out.
Yeah, for sure. Don't need any of that kind of goodness going on. If we can call that goodness of any sorts. Yeah, again, I'm not relinquishing any visuals yet myself either, my guy. It's just us. We're still looking at the division champions and the different teams that have graced us in season 2 here for Flat Out Racing North America. Again, guys, huge shout out and thank you to the sponsors, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing, and all of your very fine graphics here that you see by High Frame.
Absolutely. And of course, we are your hosts for the evening, Nolander Gaming and GT45 Gaming, getting together in the booth for one last ride here from Flat Out Racing North America, and we finish it in California. The weather's looking great. The hotter the racetrack, the greasier the racetrack. So if the temperature continues to rise here today, that could potentially become an issue for the drivers and their tire wear. We do expect to see some pretty heavy tire wear around this track here today. It is official league setting, so it is 3 times tire wear and 4 times fuel, as it always has been all season long. And these guys do have to use that racing medium and that racing soft tire. So a pit stop will be required at some point throughout the race. It will come down to each and every one of these drivers figuring out when that point in the race is. So, the times, I could tell you, chat, what I'm looking at right now, these times are close for the ones that are showing what they really have on the racetrack. I see a little bit of sandbagging right now on track for some of these drivers, not really wanting to show their cards here to their competitors, but the ones that are just out there running these laps right now, they are very, very close. So I think we're in for a treat here this evening. We're going to flip you over soon, chat. We're going to flip you over soon. Rusty Floyd coming in with that thumbs up, and Heath Harding as well. Welcome in, everybody. Get it, Larry, says Heathen. Let's go, Sticky. All right, chat. Who do you got for the win? It's THG Sticky Bandit, Apex Racing's Larry Birch, Flying Fox Racing's Sweaty Palms, THG's Trone Kobe, OBR's Raylander, and OBR's Phoenix. Who is going to win here tonight? Light the chats up. Let's see who your favorite is.
Indeed, we can't call them. just wouldn't be right. So let's hear what y'all have to say. Who do you think's going to take top spot for your Pro-Am Division's face-off race here to decide who will be champion of the Pro-Am Division?
I don't know, but I've been calm and quiet and collected all day here on the racetrack, just taking my notes and getting prepared for what's going to be a pretty crazy race here tonight. I could just feel it in my gut, and the excitement didn't really start until we started putting those graphics in the stream and realizing that boy oh boy, I think we're in for probably maybe the best race of the season with only 6 drivers on track. I mean, you guys asked us, the chat asked us what our favorite race of the season is. It could be this one. That is yet to be determined.
Indeed, it very well could be. I can tell you what, each one of these guys out on track absolutely want this. They're going to race their hearts out. It's going to be incredible racing. Door to door, bumper to bumper, action-packed throughout the entire thing. I would imagine we won't see any of these drivers fall off for more than a corner around from each other throughout most of the duration of this race. Now, we may have some different strategies coming into play. As GT45 has said, the medium and the soft tire must be used during this race. So we could see people starting off on the softs. We could see people starting on the mediums, doing a little bit longer stint, and then doing some flying laps towards the end on the softer tires. We could see the absolute reverse of that. We could see the guys who qualify first to third run away on the softs for the beginning. It could go any way. There's strategy is all to play for, and of all importance in these slightly longer endurance style races. Anytime you have to make a pit stop, choose a different set of tires, perhaps save a little bit of fuel, it's getting a little cheeky.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. We got to get it, Larry. Let's go Sticky. Sticky Bandit has been strong all season. He's ready, and that's where I would put my money, says Corey. Oh, boy. The boys are in the house. I mean, the team, all the boys that aren't on track here tonight, sitting here anxiously waiting for this thing to go down. Fingernails are being bitten. Crew chiefs are crumpling those papers, those calculations, throwing them things across the racetrack, trying to figure out that perfect strategy here tonight. It is all on the line here this evening for every one of these 6 drivers and their respective crews. Everybody's chilling right now. We just got one driver out on track. Everybody else is mentally preparing. We're 3 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, from qualifying starting here tonight. Thank you so much for being here. If you've just tuned in, because it is normal race time here at Flat Out Racing North America, welcome in, everybody. I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and
I am your
Mr.
other
Nolander
host.
Gaming. He didn't quite catch that cue. And Mr. Nolander Gaming, and of course our sponsors for the series, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team, and our graphics provided by Hypre. We're going to flip that screen over just shortly, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I will give you what you have been waiting for all night long. Very patiently, may I add.
Oh man, boy howdy. Who wouldn't want to wait around for the championship race to determine the Pro-Am Division champion here for Flat Out Racing North America? It's going to be hot. It's going to be fire. It's going to be just loopy.
Loopy. That is a good word. That is a great word for it, loopy. I like that. We'll have to remember that, chat. Get 'em Birch, says Trainee over on YouTube. Ooh, boy, the fans are coming out now. So, I mean, we're a very short time away, ladies and gentlemen. Even the drivers, they're all sitting in pit lane right now. They're all just anticipating what is about to happen. Sweaty Palms Racing, ladies and gentlemen. THG Sticky Bandit. Apex Racing's Larry Birch, THG's Tyrone Colby, and our OBR drivers Ray Lander and Phoenix. Patiently waiting, talking to their crews. The crew chiefs right now are telling these drivers just to stay calm, get a clean race start, keep the car out of trouble. It's still 20 laps. It's a long race. We're going to see about a 35-minute race here tonight. And Laguna Seca is going to decide the fate of our drivers here this evening. Patience, cleanliness, consistency, and smart decision-making is key here tonight. And we're going to see which one of these drivers comes out on top. I hope we're ready, chat. I really hope we're ready. We're 1 minute away. Nolander, are you ready?
Absolutely, absolutely ready. And the biggest question on my mind, I'll look for some answers from the chat here. What do y'all think? Y'all think we're going to see any kind of fuel saving at all, or are these guys just going to go flat out?
It's a good question for the chat right there. And there we go. There's the lobby reset, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Oh, it's time. We're going to start some qualifying here, folks. Oh, they may be changing the lobby settings one more time. 2 resets to get it all prim and proper here. Fantastic. There is our second reset. And these drivers will tick in, and it will be time to qualify. 10-minute qualifier, ladies and gentlemen, like it has been all season long. So these drivers are going to get approximately 7 laps here around this racetrack today. 6 opportunities to put in the fastest lap they can around the racetrack. Times, what we should expect to see around Laguna Seca out of a Group 3 car here on Gran Turismo 7. At the very top end of the pace, 120s. From these guys, fully expect to see 21s and 22s at the fastest points of these guys' laps here today on that faster tire. These guys could prove us wrong. We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting all them drivers checked in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more check-in, and it is go time, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Settings have been changed. Qualifying begins now. Welcome into Flat Out Racing North America Pro-Am Final Showdown for our Pro-Am and final championship of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready, because we're about to get underway. All right. So, the bigger question at this point, who goes first? And it is Sweaty Palms going to lead everybody out here tonight. So the host of our lobby here, and of course this has been one of our hosts for our Pro-Am division all season long as well, will lead the way out for Flying Fox Racing, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. We are official. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight while we broke down the season, talked to one of our champions, talked to the league administrators, and owner, Mr. Mark Moran. He gave us some little tidbits on what to expect for next season. And now it's go time. This is what we've been waiting for, and now it's time to go. Sweaty Palms can lead it out. He's followed by Patrone. Teammates OBR tucked very close to each other, Bob and Raylander, so maybe strategy developing right there very early on, already in qualifying. No rules against bum drafting and slipstreaming in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. 100% legal. We have Apex Racing's Larry Birch out in 5th with this group, and we've got THG Sticky Bandit final out on track. These two most likely just want clean air and just to run an absolute full send lap. That's what it's looking like from these two, so let's see how it breaks down. It is only 6 cars on track. This is going to be nuts, says John. Absolutely. It's our top 3 from Pro-Am 1 and our top 3 from Pro-Am 2 after the 10 weeks of racing. They are now all racing for that absolutely amazing set of prizes from Apex Racing Team and GTR Simulators. Winner takes all, ladies and gentlemen. Winner takes all.
And here goes Sweaty Palms on his official first qualifying lap. We're on board with him. Get you guys a little look at a flying lap.
Take it away, Mr. Nolander.
Copy that, copy that. Just giving the fans a little listen to this sweet sounding Subaru BRZ, and I tell you, it's a very fitting car for this track. Coming up uphill now, up to that all important chicane here. Well, just shortly, anyways. Now we are. I was lost on track, y'all. It's been a minute. Here we go, nice and tidy, braking hard right here, clipping this apex all the way, off on the gas again, down and around your final left-hand 2 corners here, double apex basically, final right-hand corner just before the end left that will lead you to your start-finish line, and we will see the first time put on track here for qualifying time from Sweaty Palms. And there we are with a 122.6. Jerome Colby coming in with a 122.1. Phoenix coming in with a 21.105. Larry Birch coming in with, oh man, they're swapping back and forth, y'all.
Oh
If that
boy.
is any kind of
Ladies and
indication,
gentlemen, that was one intense first qualifying lap. Wow.
man.
Raylander with a 24.4, not the best lap here. Sweaty Palms with a 22.6. That's a respectable lap of a Group 3 car right there. Tyrone Kobe coming in with a 22.1. Bob Phoenix with a 122.105, 4 thousandths of a second faster than Tyrone Kobe on that first lap. Larry Birch coming in with a hot 121.8, and then Sticky Bandit's like, ah yeah, I raised you with a 121.5. Whew. Here we go. That was a cooking set of laps right there, chat. That was fantastic.
Yeah, indeed. And Sticky, the last man to get out on track for us, puts down the fastest lap thus far, like he said, with a 121.531. Absolutely smoking this track up right now. We are on board with Sticky Bandit, and let me tell you what, he's looking all sorts of spicy tonight.
Tyrone Kobe coming in and taking P2 from Larry Birch. Larry of Bob Phoenix now coming in on pole with a 21.486. Oh boy. Sticky Bandit going back into P2 with an he's only 2/100ths of a second behind Phoenix. Larry Birch sitting 2/10ths behind Sticky Bandit, and he had a 121.555 last time around. Oh, it is on like Donkey Kong tonight, chat. Woo, doggy. We are in for a treat. Or are we in for a treat?
Sitting in P4, just 2/10ths behind Larry Birch, and Sweaty Palms 1/10 behind Tyrone Colby. We got Raylander here still getting his groove on. He's a little bit behind these guys, but it may take him a minute just to get warmed up and get that nervousness worked out.
Absolutely, lots of pressure on these drivers here tonight. They all know what's at stake. They all know what's on the line. They've been hanging out in the pregame here, and it's all now happening. This is when everything hits you, and now it's up to every one of these drivers to get calm, get settled into their race cars, and get ready for the task at hand. So Sweaty Palms coming around here, third hot lap as these gentlemen come around. And what's he got in store? A 121.9, so he does improve, but it doesn't get him any closer. Tyrone Kobe doesn't make an improvement there. Where is Phoenix as he's coming around here? He's coming around. He's going to stay on pole, and not an improvement on his lap. Sticky Bandit coming up to it right now. What has he got for us? 121.4. It was a good lap, but it's not enough to get him ahead. But Larry Birch now taking pole position with a 121.2. If this is any inclination of what we're going to see in this race today, it is anybody's game. Oh my.
Yeah, these guys are just going back and forth each lap. They're swapping fastest laps 3 and 4 times on each lap.
And this group of drivers, Pro Am1 and the Pro Am2 top 3, very unfamiliar with racing each other on track this season. This is going to be their first official race against each other this season too, so there are some unknowns from these drivers coming into tonight's race. The top 3 Pro Am1s are used to driving against each other, and the Pro Am2 top 3 are used to driving against each other, but the top 3 from each group have not raced each other across divisions yet, so this is the first time for that as well, and that is going to and Sticky Bandit got it wrong there, going down the corkscrew. That undulation just put him sideways there, and that is lap ruin for Sticky Bandit here. Sweaty Palms improves again and still does not gain position, but 3/1000ths of a second behind Tyrone Colby as he's coming around here. Whew. Let's see what Raylander does here. 123.6 is his top lap here right now, and he's just a little bit off the pace of these guys here right at the moment, but he could just be sitting here playing coy, and this may be a part of this driver's strategy here. Tonight's going to be an intense race, says Pebe. I think so, Pebe. I think so.
Yo, Mr. Grayson, appreciate that like on the stream. How we doing, buddy? How we doing? I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Boy, and I'm looking through these times right now, and I got to tell you, Apex Racing's Larry Birch and Sweaty Palms from Flying Fox, are dropping some insanely consistent qualifying
Ooh,
times
Phoenix
here.
gets it wrong, pushing
Look out for
hard.
those two come race time, because consistency, as I stated a little bit earlier in this broadcast, will be one of the keys to success here tonight. And right now in qualifying, those two drivers are by far the most consistent out of the group of 6 here this evening.
Sweaty Palms just 0.003 of a second behind Trone Colby right now, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, howdy. I'll tell you what, these guys are super duper close. Less than a half a second separating these 5 top drivers thus far.
Yeah. I mean, that just falls right into the story all season long of how closely paced these drivers really are. Larry knew that wasn't a good lap for him there. You see him swing that car side to side, a little bit of disgust potentially there from that driver. He may have been on that and just not got a proper exit out of that final corner. Sticky Bandit improving his time, but not his position, still
Trone
sitting in
Colby as
4th
well
place.
now in P2. Just 24 thousandths of a second behind Larry Birch, and Larry Birch pushing hard and clips the wall.
Ooh, that'll ruin that final lap for Larry Birch. So hoping that Trone Colby doesn't find that extra 3/100ths of a second here on this final lap. We're at 9 minutes here. We maybe see an extra lap from some of the front qualifiers here, but I think this is going to be it here for our qualifying this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I could be wrong, though. Go Larry. Let's go Larry. Apex up top, baby. Oh, boy, the Larry fans are in the house. Vic Kunst. I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Y'all are getting beat by the Special Olympics, says Vic. Oh, boy. Oh, a little trash talk of Phoenix getting it wrong here, too. Coming up the hill from the kink, and that's going to ruin his final lap here as well. So it is going to be Larry Birch
Trone
sitting
coming
on
in
pole
hot.
unless that gets taken, and Trone Colby cannot get that as he comes across the line. He had a 121.8 there in that lap, and he is going to sneak another lap in here. We are on Phoenix right now, our 3rd place driver currently here in qualifying. And we're going to jump on board as he comes across that start-finish line here. Let's see if he can improve on that time. Only 0.2 of a second from our 2nd place driver, Trone Colby, and only 2.5 tenths from our race leader, currently pole sitter, Larry Birch.
He had a bobble. He's not going to get in another line.
No, you are right. 137 there. I didn't see that. Good call there by Nolander. Who's our next driver closest to that final corner? It looks like it is going to be Sweaty Palms here. He's just coming around that kink right now, leading into that very famous corkscrew.
Yep, Sweaty Palms will be the last guy to put in a lap time here.
Oh, and he might have cut that chicane just a little too much on corkscrew exit there. That could cost him. Ooh, the Stewarts turned a blind eye there for Sweaty Palms. I think the Stewarts may very well be generous with these drivers here tonight and just let these guys really battle it out here. I really hope so.
Oh, Trone is still on a flying lap too, and he is a flying. He is cruising. He might get this.
All right, so we're on board with Trone. No, he's not going to get that pole position. He is going to hold tight in 2nd here, and I think all our drivers are finished. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. That is qualifying. Our field is set. Larry Birch sitting in pole position. He's going to be lined up right beside there with Trone Colby. The Phoenix is going to start row 2 off in 3rd place behind our pole sitter, Larry Birch. THG Sticky Bandit will line up beside him in 4th place. And to round out our final 3rd row here will be Sweaty Palms in behind Phoenix and Larry Birch. And Raylander will tuck in right beside Sweaty Palms here for our final racing competitor here tonight. Y'all ask, why only 6 drivers on track? Because these are the top 3 from each of our Pro-Am lobbies after a 10-week season, and this is the one and final last chance for these drivers to take home all the prizes available from our sponsors, GTR Simulators and Apex Racing Team. One 20-lap showdown around Laguna Seca crowns our champion here from our top 3, between our top 3 division finishers from each Pro-Am lobby. You want to take over, Nolander? I can't talk, apparently. You take the race start call, my friend. We are going to give you the honor of kicking this thing off here tonight. Nolander is going to send this thing off for everybody here tonight, so enjoy the first lap commentary here from Nolander Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Good stuff, good stuff. As GT45 says, we'll have Larry Birch taking that P1 starting position, and Trone Colby following, and Phoenix in P3. Sticky Bandit will be in P4. Sweaty Palms will be in P5, and OBR's Raylander will start out this race in P6. Now, that being said, This is a 20-lap long race, so plenty of race time for each one of these drivers. We're just getting the ready up signal for each one of the drivers before they will start this race. Everybody will tick in and let the officials know that they are ready to rock and roll, y'all, and we are too. Let me tell you what, just waiting for that all-important spectator button to pop up. And there it is. There is all 6 of your racers for this evening's race here at Flat Out Racing North America, Division Pro Am 1 and Pro Am 2 face off to decide who will be the top dogs here at Flat Out Racing North America. Again, sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex's Racing, and all of your wonderful graphics done by High Pre Racing. Let's giggity get to racing, y'all. And there it is. There's the all-important spectator mode. We're just going to leave it right here, y'all. Let's get our racing info back on. We got 4 lights, 5 lights. They are off to the races. Oh, they don't have the right. Got to get back in there. There we go. Trone Colby making a jump on Larry Birch. He's going to have the inside for the corner here. Larry Birch having to go around the outside. Bob Phoenix on the outside as well as Sticky Bandit now sticking his nose in there. They're front to back. Trone getting himself decent little bit of a lead here thus far. 0.7 of a second he's up to. Make that 0.8 of a second with Larry Birch following behind. Sticky Bandit in P4. Sticky all over the back of Phoenix right now. Raylander has moved up into P5 with Sweaty Palms following suit in P6. Oh, we got a little bit of dust on the track there. Nobody lost it, though. Very good. Very good. Into the corkscrew. Here we go.
Ooh, what a spicy race start here, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, what a doozy. We're in for it.
Everybody
Let's go.
gets the corkscrew cleanly. Very good, very good. Absolutely loving it. And as I said, look at all these drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right in a row. Nobody letting one another get away from them. We're in for it,
Absolutely. Guys. We've seen a little bit. Oh, we got Ray. What was it? Raylander.
It was.
Made a mistake on the exit, and oh boy, he is nose first into the wall, and that is not good, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about this. Every mistake is going to cost these drivers, and that was a huge mistake early on. However, it's very early on. Still opportunity here for Raylander to get caught back up. Super unfortunate here for OBR Raylander, but 20 laps here today. So let's see what he can do, ladies and gentlemen.
We got Phoenix in P3. He's got himself a half-second penalty, which is most unfortunate. Sticky Bandit making a move around the inside of Felix. Does make that move stick, but Phoenix not giving it up. Is going to have the inside for the next corner. Side-by-side racing. Here we have it going up the hill. Sticky Bandit and Phoenix. Sweaty Palms sticking his nose up in there too. Super close racing by 3, 4, and 5 positions here.
I gotta tell you, chat, getting through there nose to tail like these guys are right there, fantastic driving by these 3 drivers. And a move by Phoenix up the inside of Sweaty Palms. And Sweaty Palms is going to come back the outside down the corkscrew, and he is going to get the job done. Sweaty Palms up in the 4th, Phoenix dropping down into P5 in that exchange.
What a move, what a move. Oh, Larry still just 1 second behind Trone. Trone really trying to run away with this and get himself a little bit of a gap here early on in this race. On just lap 2, the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3 just now, Trone Colby putting in the fastest lap thus far on the track with a 124 flat, y'all. Not bad for a racing lap when you're trying to save some tires and fuel.
Absolutely, and well said. Sticky Bandit here, very close behind in 3rd place. Sweaty Palms now chasing just out of that slipstream range here. Phoenix right there too. He's going to start settling into this race now, and we know this driver's quick. He was our overall points leader in Pro-Am 2, ladies and gentlemen. And Raylander, tough little incident for him, but only 7 seconds out here, so lots of time to make that time back up.
Indeed. And unfortunately, unfortunately, Raylander is carrying a little bit of front aero damage. However, this Laguna Seca track, not a whole lot of very high speed straights on here. So that little bit of front end damage may not slow him down too awful much.
Absolutely not. I'm sitting here talking without my mic on. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, on my end. We got that sorted now. All right, so Tyrone Colby, like Nolander said, in the lead. Almost a second gap here on Larry Birch, but do not count this driver out. He is very quick. Every one of these drivers have earned this spot for this fight, for this championship here tonight. We have Sticky Bandit here at third. He made a great move early on in the race there to get himself onto the podium. We have Sweaty Palms here in fourth. We've got Phoenix in fifth, and Raylander just chasing here in sixth place. Again, tough deal for Raylander, just getting a little spicy on exit there, coming up to the start-finish line at the end of lap 2 and just getting that nose into the wall, so he's going to have some work ahead of him here as he moves forward this evening.
Yeah, Sticky on the charge right now. Just 1.8 seconds now back from Larry Birch, but that's dropping. So Sticky really on the move. Sweaty Palms is 1.8 seconds behind Sticky, and Phoenix just 0.8 of a second off the back of Sweaty Palms here in P5. So close racing going on, and Raylander still keeping on. He is actually gaining time on these guys. So like we said, you cannot count this man out. Maybe now he's got all of his bits of herky jerky out, and he's now feeling good.
Absolutely, and I'm just taking a look at these guys and how they're driving these cars around here right now, and I'm going to tell you, chat, these guys are holding absolutely no reserves here. Every single one of these drivers is driving the tires off of these cars right now.
Indeed they are, and I'm wondering, shall we go ahead and divulge the tire situation, as all of our drivers on track are on the same tires? Shall we?
Absolutely. Yeah, and if you want to give that information, please do feel free there. I'm not going to drop my banner quite yet, but I definitely don't have an issue with telling you guys which of the two tires, obviously, these drivers have started on. As Nolander said, they all are on the same tire. So which tire would that be, Mr. Nolander?
Well, GT45 Gaming, that would be the medium tires, guys and gals. Sweaty Palms with the fastest lap of a 122.839 on a racing lap on a set of mediums. That'll give you guys a little bit of an idea how hard these gentlemen races are pushing. They are flat cruising. It's all to play for, as Mr. D.90 would say.
Absolutely. And I mean, these drivers right now settling into this race, they've gotten those nerves underway. We're about a quarter of the way through the race here already, and those post-race, those pre-race nerves are gone. These drivers are in their seats, they've ran their laps, they've warmed up, they're comfortable with their cars, and now it's game faces. It is white knuckles around them steering wheels, it is teeth absolutely clenched to those mouth guards, and these drivers are literally on the edge of their seat, even though they can't be on the edge of their seat because of the Hans safety device in these cars. But these drivers are pushing, and Larry Birch really making a charge here on Tyrone Colby, coming around to start lap 6. Does he have enough room to make a move into turns 1 and 2 here? I think he's just a little bit far back, so he is just going to tuck in. And Tyrone goes a little bit wide, but Larry's just chilling there. You see him swerve right back in behind Tyrone there, so maybe a little strategy coming here from Apex Racing's Larry Birch.
Yeah, Larry Birch coming through that down the corkscrew and down the hill there, picked up about a half a second, and then they're on the final corner. So in the end, he picked up 0.8 of a second on Tyrone Colby in just that very short, very quick downhill portion of this racetrack. Sticky Bandit still in P3, 2.5 seconds back from Larry Birch though. So these two front runners right now, Tyrone Colby and Apex's Larry Birch, really trying to just run away. And as you said, GT45, Larry Birch looking really comfortable, perhaps not trying to push the issue just yet, and just sitting comfortable and kind of maybe perhaps work together with Tyrone and leave these guys in the dust as much as they can to make for a later battle between Tyrone and Larry Birch.
I mean, that's what I'd be thinking right now. I mean, obviously, Tyrone Colby's got some pace here today, so very close, these two drivers all through qualifying as well. So I think that's a good call out, and, we could see that happen between these two drivers. I do know that Tyrone Colby and Larry Birch, both these drivers throughout the season, were not opposed to working with their competitors to give themselves a better advantage and opportunity for that race win at the end of the day. So, it isn't entirely impossible to see that happen here through the midway part of this race.
Absolutely, and Larry Birch and Tyrone Colby right now going back and forth on their times. Larry was back 1.5 seconds, now down to just less than a 1 second gap between the two of them. So you can see the stronger portions of the racetrack for Larry Birch and the stronger portions for Mr. Tyrone Colby. But I can tell you what, they have now opened up a gap on Sticky Bandit and P3 of 4.1 seconds, so gaining a full second on them in that last lap there.
Absolutely, and while you're talking about that, I am watching our 4th and 5th and 3rd place drivers, Sticky Bandit, Sweaty Palms, and Phoenix, just tighten right back up nose to tail coming into the corkscrew here. Phoenix has been kind of bobbing and weaving, looking like he's looking for a way around Sweaty Palms here, so we may see, and half-second track limit penalty for Sweaty Palms. That's unfortunate. A battle here between, if not all three of these drivers for position, but let's see how they play it out here. Like I said, this isn't a points race, ladies and gentlemen. This is winner-takes-all style racing here tonight. And right now, the two guys up in front of them are opening a gap. So these three need to figure out what the next move is here as they start to tighten up.
Larry all over the back of Tyrone Colby now. Just 0.2 of a second separate these two gentlemen racers.
Absolutely, and we're not seeing battling from these two early on, and that's what we like to call smart driving here by these two drivers. They know that battling is going to allow the rest of the group to catch back up to them. They're clear and free here right now. There's no pressure on that backpack right now. A little mistake will certainly change that for these drivers, but right now the pressure is just between these two and that first place position. Lap 8 of 20, ladies and gentlemen. This race is going to go by in absolutely no time at all here tonight, let me tell you.
Indeed it is, and these guys are on the moves, making the race even shorter with them short lap times. Larry Birch coming in hot through the chicane there, coming down the hills, really gaining some ground on him. Now maybe we'll see a move by Larry Birch here. Coming through these final corners, we may see one. I don't know. He's hot on his heels.
And a pit stop by Larry Birch. So here we go. Strategies.
Here we go. Yeah. We also have Raylander coming in for his pit stop.
And I mean, that doesn't surprise me. He's had some damage on that race car, so he was most certainly probably wanting to get that car absolutely right and tight and get it back to full speed. So probably a good call there by Raylander. The question is, does he have the fuel window and the tire window to make the rest of this race without having to stop again?
Phoenix getting around Sweaty Palms. Sweaty Palms trying to pull the old switcheroo on him, and he may do it. Some close battling here between Phoenix and Sweaty Palms. Sticky Bandit now moved up into P2.
And you can see Sweaty Palms is taking a little more of a late entry into these last couple corners here to get a better run through the exit, and look at what it did. It closed him right back up on the back door of Phoenix here from OBR. So going semi-defensive coming into this next corner, but Sweaty Palms doesn't look like he's too interested in making this move just yet. Again, there are better spots to pass and spots not to pass. You can see Sweaty Palms get some clean air into their nose of that race car to make this corner here, and both drivers making it through there. It's safe and sound. We're going to go into the corkscrew, so Sweaty Palms needs to try and close up in this sector if he wants to have a shot at getting a move done on Phoenix here and getting back up into third place before turns 1 and 2. So let's see what he can do. Phoenix has got a great run through here, though, as he comes downhill, leading into the final couple corners, and we got a hard left-hand 90-degree corner coming in, and let's see who pits, and it is all of them. Every driver has just come into pit except for Tyrone Colby.
Yeah, he's gone around.
So Tyrone Colby stays out. Now. He's the only driver that has yet to pit out of this group, so different strategies coming from some of these drivers. Sticky Bandit is still in pit lane. Bob Phoenix in pit lane. Sweaty Palms in pit lane. Birch is now just left. He's in that corkscrew, has a half a track from our current race leader, Tyrone Colby. It's on. Overcuts, undercuts, modified strategies. We don't know what to expect here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I can tell you, I'm in favor of the way Tyrone Colby is running his race now. Really intelligent racing. now doesn't seem to be pushing real hard, but just maintaining that gap, and it's growing, let me tell you what.
All right, so this is definitely going to shuffle this field around a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen, as Trone has yet to pit and the rest of the group has pit. So Sticky Bandit gets the business here, and he moves up ahead of Larry Birch coming out of pit lane, but Larry Birch is up to speed, so let's see if Sticky Bandit can stay ahead of Larry Birch here. And this was not maybe ideal for Larry Birch. He was probably hoping to get out in that clean air, and instead he's asked to settle in behind his main competition all year long, Sticky Bandit.
Larry
These two are
lurking to the
not
inside.
unfamiliar with racing each other this season.
Decides to tuck back in behind Bandit here. And no, you are correct. They are very familiar racing one another. And perhaps they will. Oh, Sticky did all sorts of wrong there.
Oh, and Sticky Bandit absolutely facing the wrong direction at the end of that kink. He watches two of his competitors drive by, with Phoenix now moving up in a third, and Sweaty Palm still putting the pressure on Phoenix here, coming down that corkscrew, and Sticky Bandit going to have to settle back into P5. We know he's quick. He can make this time up. He's still got half a race left. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, Larry Birch currently holding a 3.5 second semi-comfortable lead over Phoenix there, but he is 39.2 seconds behind Trone Colby, who is opting to go around for another lap yet. That time, well, it was kind of dropping off there, but now it's growing. Now it's dropping off, and oh boy, man, we're in for it. 9 laps left remaining. And I would think that Trone will go ahead and pit on this next lap, because he is losing time to Larry Birch. And if he does, they are going to come out right next to one another.
Ooh, and we got a battle for third and fourth place between Phoenix and Sweaty Palms. Sweaty Palms had the inside track. Phoenix responded really well on the outside, and that's going to give Phoenix the inside coming into this left-hand sweeper now. Well, let's see which one of these two is going to get it out here. Sweaty Palms is on the better line for a better run out of the corner here, but he can't get it done. Phoenix is just going to stay out in front coming into the kink. Now, the driver's playing very nice in the kink here so far today, and that's good because, well, we've just seen it. We've seen Sticky Bandit make a mistake in the kink there, and he paid the ultimate price of losing 2 positions on the racetrack. So great battling here between Phoenix and Sweaty Palms, and Sweaty Palms almost got it wrong coming into that chicane there, but he kept it together and loses no time on Phoenix up front. So our leader now in pit lane.
Indeed he is, and here comes Larry Birch.
The strategy here for Trone Colby, the reason why we see him stay a couple extra laps out past everybody else, is the idea is you have fresher tires at the end of the race to hopefully battle better with if needed at race's end. So where is Larry? Larry's coming around the corners right now. Trone Colby's just coming out of pit exit. This is going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. And it is Trone Colby slotting just in front, but Larry Birch has the speed. He's going to take it up the inside, and he is going to take over the race lead on lap 12 here from Trone Colby. So it is Apex Racing's Larry Birch now leading the way. Trone Colby on slightly fresher tires. However, they're not at optimal temperature yet. They're cold, where Larry Birch has had a couple laps to really scrub those tires in. Game on, chat. Game on.
Oh, man, boy, howdy. You ain't a kidding, buddy. With just 8 laps to go, these guys have the fuel. They have the tires. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I really think that Larry Birch is going to have his hands full trying to keep Trone Colby behind him. He's got 2 laps fresher tires.
We just see Bob Phoenix and Sweaty Palms battling coming up to the kink. Phoenix went a little bit wide, and he just did what Sticky Bandit did just a couple laps ago. He caught the outside edge on the exit in that sand, and he spun that car around. Sticky Bandit is going to take 4th place back over, and Phoenix now the recipient of the kink here at Laguna Seca, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to set him back, and this is very, very quickly becoming a two racer showdown here for this race win, but we cannot count Sweaty Palms out. He is only 4 seconds back from our first and second place driver, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Lap 13 of 20, 8 to go.
This really is your battle right here, right now, between Larry Birch and Trone Colby. This is where the battle is on the track. Larry Birch opened it up. A 1 second gap so far on Trone Colby. Now, Trone catching a little bit of that dust right there on the outer course, outer half of the track there. Not what he needed. That dropped him down another 4/10 behind Larry Birch. Now got those tires cleaned off, though.
And this race is far from over. Do not let this 1.5 second gap fool you guys. Trone Colby can drive, ladies
Yeah,
and
now
gentlemen. He
Larry
wouldn't
catching
be
a
here
little
if
dust.
he couldn't.
But Larry opened up that gap from a 1.8 seconds now. So Larry really charging.
And Raylander is made up a ton of time. So here we have a situation developing. We have Raylander starting to catch up to his teammate Phoenix up ahead. They have about 7.25 laps remaining. If these two drivers hook up and they can get some good, clean bump drafting going, it may potentially catch them up to those drivers up in front. But again, as Nolander was saying, right now, all the focus is on these three drivers really essentially here between Trone Colby, Apex Racing's Larry Birch, and Sweaty Palms. These are the guys right now that have the best chance to take it all home. But we've seen two drivers already today fall victim to that absolutely horrifying kink leading into the infamous corkscrew. That kink, any race car driver that's in real life will tell you that kink is actually more scary than the corkscrew once you've gone through the corkscrew a couple of times. So very tough sector is that high speed kink. You get it wrong, you pay the price. So every time around here, these drivers need to be 110,000% focused not to make that little mistake.
Yeah, indeed. Larry Birch now with a 2.1 second lead over Trone Colby. But some developments now. Raylander just 1.4 seconds behind Phoenix. Phoenix carrying himself a half-second penalty, but Raylander goes off into the dirt. Oh!
That was a tough hit right there for Raylander, ladies and gentlemen, and just not Raylander's day here today at Laguna Seca. The track has definitely claimed its victims here very early on today, and Raylander, unfortunately, just making that small mistake. But you know what? He's still going to continue on here, and at the end of the day, no matter where these guys finish, these are the top 6 Pro-Am drivers of our season, so that in itself is a lot to be proud of.
I'll tell you what, man. Larry Birch is absolutely on the move now, opening up a 2.6 second gap over P2's Trone Colby, and looking really strong right now.
And I got to tell you, this looks like a driver who has one goal in mind here right now. So that's it. Let's watch this race develop and break down in front of us here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been all the build up today, and we're 75% done here. We have 5.5 laps remaining here at Laguna Seca, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, now Sweaty Palms only 5.4 seconds behind Trone Colby, currently sitting in P3 as well. With Sticky Bandit sitting in P4, just 3.9 seconds behind Sweaty Palms, and Sticky Bandit currently with the fastest lap on track with a 121.797. So Sticky's flat out moving too, trying to make up some time here in the latter half of the race.
Absolutely. I mean, 5 laps around Laguna Seca is an eternity to a race car driver. You need to get the flow right. You need to get it proper. And 2 drivers out of the 6 just showing that they have a little bit more preparedness here today at Laguna Seca in California. And it is fight on as we start lap 16, ladies and gentlemen. 5 to go.
Yeah, Larry getting a really good exit out of that final corner, coming up the hill and into the first 2 left-hand corners, a double apex left here if you wish. But
Trone Colby just coming out there. So, I mean, 2.2 seconds. He's starting to bleed in to that lead of Larry Birch.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. Now Larry pulling purples.
Let's take a look at our splits here. We got a 22.4 by Larry Birch last time around. Trone with a 121.9, so 0.3 of a second faster, and Sweaty Palms with a 22 flat, so Sweaty Palms also faster than our race leader that last lap around. Ooh, and Sticky Bandit just getting a little bit wide there again, and it seems like a defeated driver right there. We know he's quick, but with 5 to go and the time gap distance there, I think that he is pushing as hard as he can, but realizes that his chances are dwindling very quickly here. But look at him go. He has had a fantastic season all season long, and Laguna Seca claims Bob Phoenix here as well in 5th place, and that's unfortunate. So he just caught a track edge there, and that is going to be looks like a wrecked race car and behind pit wall there for Bob Phoenix here today. So super unfortunate here. So it is Raylander in 5th, Sticky Bandit in 4th, Sweaty Palms in 3rd, Trone Colby 2.2 seconds behind our race leader, Apex Racing's Larry Birch.
unfortunate. We appear to have lost a driver in the form of Phoenix. Phoenix now missing.
Absolutely. There, he had a little incident at the racetrack. There, he got real hard into the wall. He took some real heavy damage there, and he decided to take that car behind the wall and call it a season here this season. So super unfortunate there for our OBR driver. One mistake, definitely causing some serious damage to that race car here today, and just going to call it a day.
Larry Birch maintaining this 2-second lead over Trone Colby as it sets. Trone Colby still keeping him right there within striking distance, really, with about 2.5 laps left to go. Trone getting a really nice exit coming down out of the chicane, that major downhill, and pulling purples himself. So Trone on the move.
Absolutely, and Raylander's done a really great job here. He's had a very tough race here, so huge credit to Raylander and the OBR team here. These guys have had a tough day at the racetrack here today, but again, still very respectively finishing in the top 6 of this Pro-Am division. So definitely something to still be happy about at the end of the season here for every one of these drivers.
Indeed, keeping on. That's how we do.
Ooh, and Larry Birch got a little bit too wide. They're using a little extra racetrack to get that entry there. And right now, those are the types of things, ladies and gentlemen, that could be very dangerous as Trone Colby is cutting in to that time of Apex Racing's Larry Birch. 2 seconds, 1.8, and dropping. And fastest lap the last time around belongs to THG's Trone Colby.
Indeed, Trone's really on the move, really pushing hard right now. Not overextending, not overreaching, just doing what he can do to catch up to Larry Birch. Larry Birch on a tear these past couple of laps. But as you said, Trone, like I was saying earlier too, really in favor of the strategy that he's chosen to run here tonight. Has the fresher tires by quite a bit. However,
Yep.
Larry Birch is doing slightly better on fuel, and we are about to approach the penultimate lap here at Laguna Seca for your Flat Out Racing North American Championship race between the two divisions, Pro-Am 1 and Pro-Am 2. And here comes Trone Colby.
And he is pushing. He is absolutely sending it now. It is now or never. Less than 2 laps to go here. He is closing in. That is motivation. That is drive. Larry Birch sees that car getting closer in the rearview mirror. It is battle on. Can Trone Colby get close enough to make a move on Larry Birch? We're going to have to go into the drawer of racing cliches here, ladies and gentlemen. We've said it so many times here on GT45 Gaming. It is one thing to catch that driver. It is a whole other thing to find your way around that driver. And this one is for all the marbles.
Absolutely. And Trone, having gotten it wrong there somewhere, he was down to a 1.3 second gap behind Larry Birch. Larry Birch opening that back up. But Trone getting a really great exit out of the downhill through the chicane there. Takes away 0.4 of a second off that lead time of Larry Birch.
Absolutely, and we're within slipstream range coming around the final corner.
0.7 of a second.
Sorry, not the final corner. Yeah, it is the final corner here. We are on our final lap. The next driver to come around and take that checkered flag becomes champion for our Pro-Am division, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. It's all here and now. It's between Larry Birch and Trone Colby. Good luck, gentlemen.
Oh boy, Trone's got himself some work to do.
Oh, the chat is getting excited. I can feel it. I can feel that vibe from the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh,
Larry
boy, it's
doing
juicy.
A fantastic job on these really worn soft tires, but Trone gaining 0.4 of a second right there. He's getting right up onto him now, 0.3 of a second. Trone, here he comes. Good passing zone around this next corner.
Ooh, everybody's on the edge of their seat right now. The crews are on the fence. They're all waiting to see which of their drivers are going to come across first. Every single seat is empty right now at Laguna Seca, ladies and gentlemen. Nolander, bring it home.
Oh, man, here we go. Larry Bird's leading the way by just a 0.5 second. Here comes Trone. We have 2 corners remaining. Trone all over him down to 0.2 of a second. Trone tries to make the move around the outside of Larry Birch. No, he's not going to get it done. Larry Birch is going to take the win. Larry Birch has done it, takes the win. Trone Colvio coming to P2. Wow, what a race finish. Trone giving it all he had around that last corner. Tried to get the move done around the outside, just couldn't quite get it done. But what a race. Wow, congratulations. Oh, man.
We got one driver out of fuel here with Sticky Bandit currently. He's just going to coast himself across the finish line. There you go. He's gonna crank it around sideways for the fans. 4th place finisher for THG Sticky Bandit. Raylander is going to come around there with a 5th place finish and a DNF here for OBR's Phoenix there, just wrecking that race car near the end of the race. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, all season long we have seen incredible racing from every division here from Flat Out Racing North America. And man, this one, again, down to the wire, right down to the final corner, 2 guys, nose to tail, across that finish line for the checkered flag. And congratulations to not only all our drivers on the racetrack, but extra special congratulations to Apex Racing's Larry Birch, who has now officially become our Pro-Am champion here at Flat Out Racing North America, ladies and gentlemen. And I bet you he's a little excited right now.
Comes across with the P5 finish. And I got to say, well done to Raylander for his stick-it-to-itiveness. He just kept on keeping on, and that's awesome to see.
Oh boy, what a battle between these 2 drivers right here. Wow, incredible job all season long by our Pro-Am divisions. It was intense, hot, sweaty racing all season long for these guys just to get to where they are. A lot of pressure on these gentlemen this week. These guys were all working with their teams all week long here at Laguna Seca, trying to perfect their way around this racetrack. And what a show that these gentlemen just put on here for us tonight. And oh boy, let's get those top 3 guys up in the podium interview chat here. We are definitely talking to our top 3 finishers like we always do here at Flat Out Racing North America. And then we're going to let our champion, Larry Birch, send it off here tonight. So I hope everybody is excited because boy, oh boy, what a race that was.
Indeed,
wow.
Indeed. Not only congratulations to Larry Birch, but congratulations to Team Apex as well. 2 champions throughout our divisions here at Flat Out Racing North America.
And what a battle. Trone Colby, bold, big move. He had no chance at that inside corner as Larry Birch was not going to give it to him. He tried to take that outside corner. They rubbed wheels around, and Larry Birch just got the better run at the end of the day to come across and take that checkered flag first. So memorable moments here from Flat Out Racing North America, early 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, all race long, Larry was really getting a really great exit out of that final corner, and he didn't let us down on that last lap either. If he had not gotten such a clean exit there, that race could have come down to a different outcome.
Absolutely.
Wow, y'all. Man, it's bittersweet. It's over. Season 2, guys, is completely and totally finished.
I know, isn't it? I'm sitting here for the last time, putting in some names on this podium interview screen. Boy, as a broadcaster, we it's a lot of work for us to do what we do, and we're happy to have a little break ourselves. But boy, are we gonna miss this crazy action every single weekend? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. It's definitely again, bittersweet. It's been fantastic racing all season long, and these boys from these 2 divisions going head to head, and Pro-Am 1 and Pro-Am 2 coming out and put on quite the spectacle for us tonight. I gotta say, I really thought that Trone probably had it with that coming out in 2 laps fresher tires, but Larry Birch, man, wow, what a race that guy had tonight. Incredible.
Absolutely. He got on that soft tire. He came around turns 1 and 2, realized that he was going to be ahead of Trone Colby after he made that pit stop. And all he did was put the loud pedal down even further. I don't know if there's a floorboard left in that Apex Racing's BRZ, but I don't think that team cares today as Apex Racing's Larry Birch becomes champion. So, wow. Incredible stuff here by all the drivers tonight. I mean, all 6 drivers, absolutely incredible racing, and well worth the absolutely highly anticipated wait here tonight. So, wow, what can we say? We definitely have Sweaty Palms and Trone with us here in the chat, so let's go talk to our gentlemen. Maybe a big sigh of relief for these drivers, but well, we'll have to see what they have to say. Absolutely hard racing all season long, and we're going to start off with our 3rd place finisher, Sweaty Palms, coming in with a 3rd place finish in his division here this season. Very hard fought battling over there in that Pro-Am 2 lobby, and coming out with a 3rd place finisher in that showdown. So 3rd best overall Pro-Am driver this season here from Flat Out Racing North America. How are you feeling right now, brother?
Relieved. It was a stressful week of practice, but yeah, I'm very happy with the 3rd place finish. Happy that it's over as well.
Absolutely. That was some pretty crazy racing. Very quickly, you guys sorted yourselves out. We had some mistakes made on racetrack. Laguna Seca did exactly what Laguna Seca does. It set the stage for an absolutely incredible race. And I got to tell you, for only 6 of you gentlemen on the racetrack here tonight, what a show. So hats off to every single one of you here tonight, because I got to tell you, the fans were absolutely excited here tonight. That was some great racing from you guys, and you didn't disappoint. Talk to us about your race. You know, you had a strategy coming in. Obviously, you've put in tons of time in practice. Did the car act and respond how you expected it to here this evening?
Yeah, pretty much coming in. I was going to start on mediums, go 9 laps, and finish the race on softs. Looks like I think the majority of everybody else did pretty much the same thing, so I had no advantage there. But it was I got hit with a penalty and went off a little. Luckily, didn't spin and kept it off a wall. And unfortunately for Sticky and the 2 OBR guys, they had some bad luck. I was able to take advantage of it. I hate to see that happen to them after a long season, but I took advantage of that and managed to steal 3rd.
Absolutely, and congratulations on that. I mean, you know, like I said, 3rd overall in Pro-Am 2 and come out 3rd overall Pro-Am here for the season. So happy with that result?
Yeah, I am. Of course, you like to win, but I'll take a podium any day, you know?
Absolutely. And Nolander, you want to take over?
Man, my guy, just again, congratulations on your P3 finish here tonight. You were right there amongst all the top races, the top battles all season long, and very respectable job for you here tonight. Again, congratulations on your P3 finish, man. Incredible race.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you know, anything you want to add on the season? You know, talk a little bit about how the season was for you, and then cap it all off with some thank yous and shoutouts, my man.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it in the final race of the regular season there. This became a league of fuel saving, so I was happy that the finale was based on how fast you were. Unfortunately, the other guys were faster, but I was happy it finished the way it did. I was happy to take a podium. Shout outs, of course, to my whole team. These guys were on all week, just different times, all of them helping me run practice races, work on different things, so they definitely deserve this podium as much as I do, so I appreciate them. But, I mean, that's it. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, I know it's not the top of the podium here for you today, but you definitely don't sound disappointed. So, congratulations on a very, very well fought race here today. Congratulations for finishing 3rd overall in your division this season. Very respectable.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sweaty Palms from Flying Fox Racing. Let's bring his name up for everybody so we all know who we're talking
to. Real quick, props to Trone and Apex on the win. Trone, you were a P2 guy, so I was glad to see you up there, buddy.
Absolutely, and of course, and you know, just congratulations. It was a lot of fun and a privilege to be broadcasting yourself and that Pro-Am 2 lobby all season long. It was a treat, and boy, you guys really finished it off with a bang here this season. So, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2nd place finisher. And this guy, you know, I've been watching this guy race for a few months now, and I've been watching his progression, and he was so close here tonight. He just missed that 1st place overall in that Pro-Am 2 lobby by 1 point, and he just missed out on that win by a car length here tonight. So Congratulations on a great race. Quite a bold strategy coming from you today. We completely understood what it was on your mind there, and it almost worked. Talk to us about your race, my guy.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I was in the lead that whole time. I, my race did pretty well. I believe that if I didn't mess up on that one exit, I could have stepped in ahead of Larry Birch. But unfortunately, he passed me as I was exiting the pit, and I spent the whole race chasing him down. And towards the end, I was so close. If I had one more lap, same with Phoenix all season, one more lap, I would have had it.
And absolutely, you know, it has been the story all season long for you, unfortunately, hasn't it, Tron? It's just been one more lap. But you know what? You had an absolutely fantastic season here, and at the end of the day, you're coming into this race already securing a top 6 spot in the Pro-Am division overall, and I don't think you're going to be too disappointed with a second place overall for the Humble Guys racing team, of course, or yourself. So, I mean, happy with your overall result this season.
Yeah, I did better than expected. So yeah, I'm definitely happy about it. I came in the season not knowing what to expect, but I came in with a strong finish.
Absolutely, and no wonder you wanna take that over, my friend. You got a couple questions there for an absolutely amazing drive by Tron Colby here this evening.
Indeed, it was. Indeed, it was, man. I thought you had a brilliant race strategy, and things didn't just quite work out like you wanted to. But I got to say, man, brilliant move there at the end to try and get Larry Birch around the outside on the last corner. That was some good work, man. And you nearly pulled it off. So, definitely congratulations on your P2 finish, and congratulations on coming in here with a tough group of guys to race against and really holding your own and seeing improvements from you throughout the season. And let us know. Give the fans a little insight. Season 3 return for you, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait to find out what cars we're going to be using, or what cars I can test out and finish strong next season.
Fantastic, good stuff. Well, again, man, absolutely congratulations on your very strong P2 finish, man. You had your hands full racing with these boys here tonight, but you did very well, sir. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you back again for season 3 here with Flat Out Racing North America. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and I mean, definitely nothing to hang your head about here today. It's not quite that spot you wanted. You were oh so close, but that was some fantastic racing, not only tonight but all season long from you. And you hoping to make that Pro-Am division again next season, or are you looking for a little bit more of a higher tier moving into season 3?
Maybe a higher tier. If I'm stuck in program, I'm still gonna come off strong. So
Absolutely. Well, I mean, congratulations on a great season. Anything you want to add to your overall season here, and of course, followed up by some shoutouts and thank yous.
yeah, it was a great season. I would like to thank the lobby too for great participation and great challenge. Especially by Phoenix, you gave me a run for my money. What can I say? Um, and thank you for Flat Out Racing for letting me join this league to compete. I want to also thank for all the sponsors: GTR Simulator, Ghost 45, H Track Racing, and No Leather, of course. And THG for letting me to be in their racing team. I'm still slow, but I know they laugh at that. Uh, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, I mean, huge season for you, Mr. Tron Colby, and definitely nothing to hang your head about here. Second best Pro-Am driver this season. I can't say words today, apparently. And I mean, just great racing from you this season. And we definitely are looking forward as broadcasters to being able to see what you can do next season here from Flat Out Racing North America. So congratulations on an absolutely great showing. And go get that championship next season, my guy.
All right, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are we ready to talk to that Pro-Am overall champion? We've given him a few minutes. I'm sure there's a lot going through his mind here right now. And that was an intense race. He had a ton of pressure from Tro and Kobe right at the end of the day. And just comes out right ahead. So, Apex Racing's Larry Birch, ladies and gentlemen, winner tonight and overall Pro-Am champion. And this is the man who is going to take home all the goodies. So, congratulations, Larry. Huge race from you today. Talk to us a little bit about what your strategy was coming in and if you stuck to it.
Yeah, my strategy coming in was always going to be start 8 on mediums and 12 on soft. And Tron got a great start on me. I mean, so good. I really thought he was on softs. And then he kept putting in laps after I went in at 8, and that convinced me more that he was on softs. And then when I saw him pit and he was putting on softs, I knew I was in trouble. And I had a great outlap, and the undercut just barely worked. I mean, I just got around him as he was pulling out of the pit, and was able to get a little bit of a gap. And I was hoping to push it a little bit more because I knew he had fresher tires and he'd be able to come on at the end. And that's what he did. And yeah, like you said, I think one more lap and he would have had me. But I really concentrated this week on that hairpin turn because there's not too many places to overtake on this course, and that was going to be one of them, or that would be a place to defend if someone was going to try to overtake you. And I felt like I got a better exit out of that corner just about every time, and that's what really saved me because he was just pumping out purple laps after purple laps those last couple. It was awesome.
Well, I mean, had in flat out racing North America fashion this season, all season throughout all divisions. Boy, did you guys take it right to the wire. We weren't sitting here going, oh, yeah, this is his race to lose. This was anybody's race to lose today. And what was going through your mind? You know, you're half a lap down and he is on your bumper. Are you thinking just don't give up an apex at that point?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, once I got past the corkscrew, without any issues, trying not to think about that too much. And then I went full defensive. I was like, well, I'm taking the inside line, and if he gets a run on me on the outside, hats off to him. And luckily for me, he didn't get as good a run, and I was able to finish it off down the straight.
Absolutely. And I'm going to hand you off to Nolander here because I'm sure he's got a few questions here for you too today. So Nolander, ask away, my guy.
Wow. First off, Larry, incredible racing from you all season long, man. And you pulled one out here tonight. Incredible racing. And I have to agree, you did seem to really have a really great exit out of the final corner every single time. Now, tell me, what was going through your mind when you seen Mr. Tron? He had pit. Did you think that you were going to come out ahead of him? Did you know that he was going to be that close, or what was going through your mind at that point in time, man?
I mean, I knew it was going to be close. Unfortunately, when I wasn't able to see how much fuel he put in, so I couldn't see where exactly the times in my head. But once I came around that front straight and I saw him, I said out loud, I was like, oh, this is going to be close. And luckily I just carried enough speed through those Andretti hairpin, and I just was able to get to turn 2 before him. And and then pulled it. He was coming down on cold tires, so I was able to get a little bit of a gap. But as soon as he warmed those things up, he was chasing me down. It was a matter of time, and I'm glad it was only 20 laps.
Indeed, very well and accurately spoken. I do believe that if that race had continued on even just one more lap, it may have had a very different outcome. But you did it, man. You held him off there on that last corner, and did it surprise you at all to see Tron try to go for the move around the outside and nearly get it? If he'd have had a cleaner exit coming around there, boy, that could have been bumper to bumper finish there, man. It was incredible.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I was telling Gus, I went full defense, and I didn't want to give him the inside. I didn't want to give him an opportunity to stick his nose in there. And like I said, I trusted my exit out of there. I'd been doing it all week, and I got it, so it worked out. But yeah, it could have gone the other way.
Yeah, indeed, and quite a bold strategy, really, from you. At least from my position and way of thinking. Only running 8s on the mediums and then 12 on the softs. Boy, howdy, your tires were really, really looking really worn right there at the end, man. But you held on to it. You drove your race, and you came out with a great outcome. It couldn't have been a better outcome. How are you feeling about that sweet little GTR sim racing package coming your way, my guy?
Well, that GTR rig is awesome. I can tell you it's awesome because I'm sitting in one right now. So that GTR rig is going to my Apex boy Superman, who I believe you crowned most improved driver this year, and he's been putting in the work, and he deserves something like this. And watch out for him season 3.
Oh man, what a guy, Larry Birch! Y'all hear that, fans? Larry Birch opting to send off his prize winnings to his teammate in the form of Superman. So what a stand-up guy! Awesome. That's it. Hey, thank you on my part for that. That's always love to see the community giving back to one another and really pushing teammates to push and drive and move forward. And you guys have all done it. The Apex team, racing team, is really looking hot, man. I'll tell you what. And tell us, season 3 return for you, my man.
Yeah, definitely coming back for season 3, and I definitely hope I'm in the same lobby as a lot of these guys. I battled Sticky all year. You got to witness that firsthand, and then another THD driver, Tron, comes along and gives me just as big of a fit. So I really look forward to a full season of those guys. That'll be super fun and sweaty. And unfortunately, Sticky had a little incident on turn 5, and I didn't see what happened to Raylander and Phoenix, but it seems like they had an incident. But those guys are a bit fast, so it'll be super fun. Morin hasn't announced all the qualifying yet, but it sounds like it'll be a little more comprehensive. But yeah, I look forward to it.
Absolutely, and we look forward to watching you and your team, Apex Racing Team, coming out in season 3. We expect nothing but the best from you guys, as you guys have proven all year long, or all season long, rather, for the season 2 of Flat Out Racing North America. And again, my guy, congratulations on being the Pro-Am Division champion here for season 2. Excellent job, well done, sir.
Thank you.
I mean, those are some great questions by Nolander. I mean, he really kind of summed it up. So I guess give us down a final recap of your season and your shoutouts and your thank yous for the final time, Mr. Birch, and go celebrate with the boys back in the clubhouse, because I bet you that thing is going to fall over by the end of the night. These boys have got to be fired up over at the Apex Racing Clubhouse. So congratulations, and send us off for the night, my man.
Yeah, the season started out, good. I think I started with a 3rd. It was real close. The top 3 were all within a second of each other, and at Watkins, so I knew it was going to be competitive. And then it just went from there. Sticky and I should say, really just kept improving every week, and it was every other week one of us was ahead on the leaderboard. And unfortunately for me, he got me in the end in the regular season, but I got it tonight. And I look forward to many more battles with that guy. But I improved so much this season, and shout out to all the Apex boys, the elite drivers in particular. They would come get into our slow BRZ and ride laps with us and show us what we were doing wrong, or give us something to shoot for. And they took the time out of their practice to help us improve, and it definitely helped. And yeah, I couldn't be happier, and I'm really, really excited.
Absolutely, well, definitely well deserved and definitely well earned season, and you can walk off Laguna Seca here today, hanging your head high as overall Pro-Am champion here for season 2. So congratulations, and we'll see you soon again on track next time, my man. Appreciate you.
All right, and a special shout out to you and Nolander too. You guys broadcasting these things makes it special. It's fun. It's really allowed this FLR league to grow. I can send links to my family and friends and who aren't into sim racing per se, but they'll watch if they got friends in it, and then they get involved, and it's a lot of fun. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your days to do this. And it sounds like you're having fun, but I still appreciate it nonetheless.
Well, we are having fun, and I mean that's because of you guys. Like I said, I've been saying it all season. The drivers set the vibe on track for the commentary booth, and boy, the vibe has just been off the vibe chart this season. And you guys finished it in, like I said, typical fashion. A race right down to the finish line on the final lap for the overall big old championship. So we can't ask for anything more as viewers and fans and commentators. So I mean, kudos to you and every other driver. We had 90 plus drivers involved throughout the season with reserves and everybody else that season. What a setup and what a finish. No, Lander?
Boy, you ain't kidding, buddy. That was some epic racing. I'm certainly blessed and very thankful to be a part of it. And just a huge shout out again to GTR Simulators for putting up the prizes for these racers, making them race real good and hard. Apex's racing team, and Hypre, of course, for the wonderful graphics we've had here all season long. Guy does an outstanding job, a very professional man. If y'all are looking for graphics, look no further than Hypre. He'll get the job done for you.
Absolutely. And, big reason why I think that we enjoy the broadcast is obviously that visual effect as well. So huge love to our boy Hypre. GTR Simulators stepping up. They give away a sim rig to each of our 4 divisions this season to our champions. So each one of our champions are receiving a GTR Simulator racing rig. And as we just heard from Apex Racing's Larry Birch, who already has one of these rigs, he will be giving that to his teammate Apex Racing Superman, who is most certainly in need of a racing rig by chance. So, and that's the love, that's the sim racing community vibe. That's why I myself take so much part and pride in being a sim racing broadcaster, because of things like that. Acts of kindness, absolutely selfless acts. He fought and earned hard for that prize, and he's going to send it away to a friend, a family member, and a teammate. So, that's what it's all about here. We come to race, we come to win. At the end of the day, we build friendships and we gain family members. So this is what it's all about. And, just congratulations to all our drivers.
Yeah, absolutely super cool. Larry Birch. Many of you either may know Superman's been racing for quite some time in a lawn chair, y'all. So he's going to be uber happy to have a GTR Simulator racing rig. And so, again, Larry Birch, stand up, man. Stand up. Way to go.
Absolutely. And I mean, congratulations to all our drivers, all our podium finishers, every single racer that has participated, taken the time to qualify, taking the time to be on track, whether it's one race or all 10 races this season. They were hard-fought battles. They were great broadcasts to watch. And boy, it's sad to see it go, for sure. But we'll be back in a few weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. It's not all done and ever forever. We'll be back in a few weeks' time with a whole new setup, a whole new set of cars, and a whole new set of drivers. Some returning, some new. Let's see what Season 3 has from Flat Out Racing North America. Our other sponsor, too, ladies and gentlemen, Apex Racing Team, coming in and supplying our top 3 finishers from each division with special customized merchandising prizes, depending on that position that they finished overall in the season. It depends on what it is that they get customized from Apex Racing and Flat Out Racing North America as well. So much love to Apex Racing Team, coming in with some sweet swag to reward all the other drivers that fought hard this season on the podium as well. Definitely well-deserved prizes for all those drivers as well. So much love to both our title sponsors here this season. They added a whole new level of fierceness, competitiveness, and drive in these drivers this season. And boy, was it worth it, let me tell you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It really makes the racers really drive hard. You know, they push, they practice really, really hard for these races, and definitely big congratulations to all of the racers this year at Flat Out Racing North America. You guys have put on a show week in and week out, and I'm super pumped. Can't wait for season three. Um, I'll be back if I'm asked to. You'll see some more and hear some more out of No Lander Gaming. We're just thrilled to be able to do it for y'all, and appreciate all of y'all. Thank you guys.
What do you think, Chad? You think Nolander is worthy of returning for season 3? What do you think, Chad? I sure think so. From me to you, my man, you came in. I asked for your help because I had a lot on my plate. You stepped up. You made some purchases to make it all happen as well. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you stepping in, really taking some of the work off my plate, and you knocked it out of the park, dude. You should be very proud of yourself, and I guarantee you have tons of fans from Flat Out Racing North America. So, of course, you are returning if you want to, my man.
I'm here. I'm here. I've absolutely enjoyed it. Like I said, it's been an absolute blessing for me. Incredible to watch all of the racers really improve their racecraft throughout the entire season. I just can't. I can't say it enough. I'm super super thrilled for season 3. It's going to be awesome, guys.
Absolutely. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we hate to let you go, but it's that time. We got to send season 2. We got to put it in the history books. We got to mark it in the archives. And we got to sit down with our families and our racing teams, settle down, have a little bit of family love, let these guys rest up, take it all in, and start preparing for season 3 in a few weeks' time. So, regrettably, it is that time we're going to have to say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, from Flat Out Racing North America. But stay tuned to the socials, to pages, because we're going to keep you up to date. As soon as we know, everybody will know what's happening here from Flat Out Racing North America. Nolander, my man, appreciate you being here tonight. Top level, as always. And I'm going to let you kick off your stream and say goodbye to your community over there and your viewers. And I'm going to do the same. And we'll see you. We'll see you on the next one, my dude.
Hey, thank you to Mr. GG45 for bringing me along. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. You have an absolutely blessed night. And to y'all up there in the chat in GT45 Gaming's room, I say a big thank you to you all as well. Y'all have a blessed night too. Take care, guys.
Absolutely. Cheers, B-Fam.
Good night. All right, guys. Well, wow, boy, howdy. I'll tell you what, some absolutely epic racing all season long. Congratulations again to our podium finishers, and congratulations to Larry Birch for winning the overall championship with the Pro-Am divisions. Incredible stand-up guy. Wow. And congratulations, I guess, in order as well to Superman for Larry stepping in big there and going to pass on that his prize winnings to his teammate in Superman, and that's just really really cool, man. That's what racing teams do for one another, and yeah, I can't say and stress enough how much I've really enjoyed being a part of this. It's been incredible. It's been absolutely incredible. So again, guys, I would love to actually hang out and chit chat with y'all a little bit more, but this man has to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So with that being said, we'll send y'all off with some of our chosen music for Flat Out Racing North America Season 2 Finals at Laguna Seca, guys. Championship winner, Apex's Larry Birch. All right. God bless you all. God is love, and y'all are loved by God. Until next time, y'all, we'll check you laters.